Handoff to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from two. Squirts between the D.
It's time for high school sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Caldwell Baker Cascade, Dick Seating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Valley Tractor. Now, let's go live to the stadium for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
All the way himself for the touchdown. Beautiful read by Ryan Branham. He'll score from 20 yards out. Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Wildcat Stadium along with Grant Olson. I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCWLIFE channel, and we have, once again, the showdown for the top spot in the Big Nine and probably the conference regular season championship on the line here tonight as the Moses Lake Mavericks come calling on the Eastmont Wildcats. Both are undefeated in Big Nine play so far, and I'll tell you, this Moses Lake team is rolling.
Oh, boy. Eric, let's just be honest. Beginning of the season, we saw this game. We knew this was probably going to be the biggest game of the year, and here we are, 3-0 Eastmont, 4-0 Eastmont, 3-0 Moses Lake in conference. Couldn't ask for much more, and as you mentioned, potent offense is probably a mild way to put it.
Yeah, we'll get to the numbers coming up with Brady J, the quarterback for the Mavericks, as he comes in with gaudy numbers. Meanwhile, the Eastmont Wildcats are coming in. Well, they tried to diversify. They tried to come up with a passing game. Who's kidding who? They run the football, and that's what they'll need to do here tonight.
They still are who they are, and they'll never change that. They might throw a little bit more here tonight, but, they are who they are, and they're going to run the ball. Moses Lake's going to pass the ball, so it's windy tonight. Will that affect Moses Lake? That's another question.
I'll tell you, I'm old and have poor circulation, unlike these kids out here, but it's cold. My hands are cold. That could play a factor into that passing game.
Yeah, I think it could, too. We'll have to wait and see, but it's definitely a fall-like game tonight.
Yeah, October's here, and football is underway. Hey, we're ready for football. Are you ready for some football? We are here next on the NCWLIFE channel.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Welcome back here on the pregame show on the NCWLIFE channel. I'm Grant Olson, Eric Grandstrom with you. And Mavericks and Wildcats, I'll tell you, for Eastmont, they've had this game circled on the calendar since the summertime. We're going to talk with Jay Foster, head coach. We're going to talk with Jacoby Mercado, who is a key linebacker for the defense against this Mavericks team that's averaging 52 points a game so far to get to 6-0 on the season.
6-0, they've outscored opponents 52-6 on their way to this 6-0 record. And in those 6 games, they've given up 40 points total in those games. It's not just offense.
Yeah.
This team has a defense, and we're going to see that tonight, too.
Yeah, definitely. So Eastmont wants to get a little retribution after what happened last year in Moses Lake, 40-0. Eastmont was never in that game. Brady J threw for 267 yards, 6 touchdowns in that game. They also rushed for 167 yards. So you can't forget Elijah Barnes. He's a kid, or Burns, I should say. He's a kid that can run the football, but who's kidding who? They throw the football the majority of the time.
And I'm guessing they throw to him as well.
Yes, they do.
It looks, yes. But how about these numbers for Brady J? He's completing over 72% of his passes. He's thrown for 2,478 yards in 6 games, 41 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That's crazy. I think the second best completion rating in the Big Nine is 60%. He's at 72%, and he's thrown 254 passes so far this year.
Well, and you look at his completions, 184 completions. That's more than most of the teams in the Big Nine have attempted.
Isn't that
He's got more
unbelievable?
completions in the.
I got to admit, I'm excited to watch this team and watch this quarterback play. His dad's the coach. Normally coaches' kids are pretty darn good, and I think we're going to see that here tonight.
We're going to hear from Jay Foster, the head coach for Eastmont, coming up. I asked him, okay, so what do you do against a fast break offense like this? Is your best defense your offense? Hold the ball, get 3 yards in a cloud of dust? And he said, no. I mean, we're going to do what we do. What he said, and you'll hear from him in the pregame show coming up, is that we need to limit their possessions and try to steal a few.
Well, turnovers are going to be huge in this game for Eastmont. They've got to get a takeaway or two to stay with Moses Lake. And speaking of that, they've got to stay with them in this game, Eric. Yeah. We talked about that a little bit. If this gets really out of hand, Eastmont's offense really isn't built to come back on somebody, so they need to keep this game close.
Well, and ball control is what Eastmont's about. I mean, they've had a lot of big plays on the offense with that running attack, but if they can just get, 3, 4, 5 yards a carry, you got to be happy with that and keep the ball out of the hands of Moses Lake's offense.
And keep that clock moving, as you mentioned, and that is going to be key here tonight.
Yeah, so we've got it for you right here at Wildcat Stadium. It's the Moses Lake Mavericks and the Eastmont Wildcats. Coming up, Jay Foster on the pregame show. We'll also talk to Jacoby Mercado, who is a key senior, and they say they might have something that they found on tape they might be able to take advantage of. That's all coming up here on the pregame show as we continue here from a chilly Wildcat Stadium next on the NCWLIFE channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Pre-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE channel as we get ready for Moses Lake and Eastmont to talk with Jay Foster now. Well, Jay, first of all, did you come out of last week healthy?
We did. Thankfully, we only had to play the varsity guys a half. The JVs and younger guys were able to play the entire second half, which was awesome. And so that was what we were hoping we were able to do, and we were able to do it, and that just helped us for today.
I know you gave me the nice coach speak last week. We're focused on that game and not thinking ahead. But don't tell me you didn't have this game circled on the calendar like last summer.
Yeah, well, I mean, anytime you get embarrassed like we did last year,
not just for that. I mean, it's just the game, right? I mean, it has been the game the last several years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think last year, Coach Taylor next door said that, the conference championship runs through Eastmont and Moses, and that's true. It does.
Yeah.
And we want to keep it that way. And they said last year we didn't hold up our end of it, so we want to see if we can take care of things tonight.
Is it all about? The tendency is to think, okay, it's all about your defense trying to stop Brady Jay and that amazing offense, or is it more best defense is your offense?
Well, I think we've talked about it this week. The key to holding any great scoring team down is take opportunities away from them. We've got to take this game and do what we do. It's not like we're going to intentionally decide we're going to run the ball. It's what we do.
Right.
Right. And so we have to be successful in our game plan. And if we are, that'll help the defense by keeping him off the field. Honestly, it's going to come down to if we can get 2 or 3 stops on him and our offense can gain a possession or two,
right,
then I think it's going to be a great ball game. I think it's going to be a great ball game anyway. But it doesn't matter what level you're at. Both sides of the ball have to contribute. we're not going to pitch a shutout against Moses Lake. I'd love to think we're going to, but I'm not sure that's realistic. Just like we're not going to outscore them 70-69. That's not going to happen either. So, we have to make it our football game, just like they have to make it their football game in order for, each team to be successful. So it's a full group. Their defense, people forget about their defense. Everybody talks about
that was
Brady
my next
Jay.
question, because I talked to Taylor about that before they played them, and he said the one thing that people aren't realizing is their defense is a lot better.
It's the number one defense in the league.
Yeah.
And they're putting it on everybody. So, our offense has to play. Last year, and I think we talked about it earlier in the year, our issues last season, and they've been that way this season. When we put the ball on the ground, when we have foolish penalties and put ourselves in a bind, we're not an offense that's designed to get out of those things. And so we have to be constantly moving forward, even if it's 2 or 3 yards at a time. And we have to hang on to the ball. If we do those things, like I said, I think tonight's going to be a heck of a ball game.
How big would it be for your team, not just to come back from getting blown out last year, but to get this win? And let's face it, this is for the Big Nine Championship here.
Sure. I get it, that people have talked to me about all that stuff, and I've explained to them. I said, look, we still have another game to win after that if we're going to win a conference championship. And I'm too superstitious and been in the game way too long to
assume.
What's the old count your chickens before they hatch, right? Yeah. So, this is another step along the way, and we have to take care of tonight. And again, not looking ahead, but next week isn't going to be any easier.
That's true.
Next week we play another undefeated football team. So, if you're going to win a championship, which is the ultimate goal, not just the conference championship, we want to get in the playoffs. We want to win playoff games, because you have to beat really good football teams along the way if you're going to win a state championship. It is not an easy road, and I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Glacier Peak or whoever else it is that wins those things. They beat some really good football teams along the way, and we have to be able to do that, and we have to be able to do it back to back to back to back.
We're going to talk. I always ask Coach who he wants me to talk to. So coming up next, we're going to talk to Jacoby Mercado. Talk about this kid. I mean, we've done a few of your games this year. He quietly just is in there all the time.
We noticed him 2 years ago down at Central's camp. And we were playing, and this sophomore kid who we didn't know him from Adam, it just seems to be around the football, and it was like the football, he was a magnet, and the football was attracted to him. And he was doing the things that you're seeing him do now, then. Last year when he stepped up, I'll be honest with you, he wasn't a confident football player. And a lot of the stuff a lot of time we spent with him last year was just getting him to believe in himself. Because he's a fairly natural athlete. He's stronger than you think he is. He's got a great feel for the game. And he's starting to believe it. He's starting to blossom. And that's when, when that starts to happen, you got a really good football player, because not only are they good, but they know they're good and they believe they're good. And that's what he's turned into.
And from what I've gleaned, getting to know you, the kind of football players you like, I think he's a wrestler and
tough.
You like that kind of kid.
Absolutely.
Right?
Any football player, any football coach would, you know what I mean? It's a guy that not afraid of contact, not afraid of mixing it up. Right, I get the one-on-one stuff. There's every sport brings a little something different, and I love basketball players, but I need a bunch of football players on my football team, and I need a bunch of wrestlers and tough kids and rugby players. And, that's the guys who enjoy contact. Because if I don't like this, then football's the wrong sport to be playing. So he fits the mold.
Well, best luck here tonight.
Thank you.
Keep everybody healthy as always.
Absolutely.
Jay Foster joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk to Jacoby Mercado. Part of that stingy defense is going to try to rally and just make it happen against Brady Jay, for gosh sakes. We'll talk about that coming up next on the pregame show here on the NCWLIFE channel.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional grade products and service from a professional grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours. Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Pre-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE channel as we get ready for the big tilt between the Mavericks and the Wildcats. Jacoby Mercado joining us now. So you were part of that club last year. It didn't go your way last year. So what do you think the big difference is between last year and this year to make a difference?
I think we're definitely better prepared, like all week long, film for longer, and I think we have them more figured out this year for sure.
I know Brady J is a good player. I mean, the guy throws a lot. He's able to move around a lot and find receivers and stuff. How do you keep that guy pinned in?
So we're going to try to pressure him for sure, but we've seen a couple weaknesses we can hopefully pick apart, but
okay.
We'll see.
Okay, all right. They were also able to run the ball on you last year. I mean, aside from him throwing for 5 touchdowns. I don't mean to keep talking about last year, but that's all we have to work on. So as far as your defense, you think you guys are better than last year?
Yes, I do.
Or just better prepared?
I think we're for sure better prepared. I think we are better than last year for sure, but I think mostly just all the preparation. I think we're for sure more ready.
This is one of those games you circle on the calendar. I know it's all coach speak 1 week at a time, and we're focused on Eisenhower or whatever it is, but I'm sure you guys have been looking forward to this game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this we thought would be the league championship, so we're
and there's a few weeks left, but basically this is for all the marbles. So as far as your season is concerned, are you pretty happy with how things have gone?
Yeah, obviously the loss at Post Falls was pretty heartbreaking by one point, but other than that, I mean...
What'd you learn from that?
Mostly just mistakes, like little mental mistakes, like we put in the wrong defense at the end that we shouldn't have put in, and just little things like that.
So better from that, learn from that, and go on, right? As far as talk about how big that is for you and for your teammates to get past that first round of the state tournament. There's one thing about Moses Lake tonight, but there's another thing about getting past that first round. It just seems that it's just hard to do.
Yeah, it definitely is, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I got it. But it probably means a ton to you guys to do that, right? Because I don't know if it's been done for an Eastmont team.
We're just trying to get over the hump. Obviously, it feels like a curse at this point, but I think
there's no what is it? We were just watching the Mariner game last night. The shoe rally or whatever it is, where they put the shoe on top of their head. Speaking of other sports, do you play other sports besides football?
I do wrestling, and then I play rugby as well.
How does wrestling help you in football, especially being a linebacker?
So, of course, tackling, like little fundamentals like that, but also just mindset.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's different, like individual sport for wrestling and then team sport, but just like all the little things.
Single leg, double leg takedown. Yeah. That's all about tackling, right?
Exactly.
Okay, leverage and stuff. What do you want to do after high school?
I'm looking to go into trade school.
Okay. To do what?
Electrician, probably. Just.
Okay. Do you have that in your family, or is that just something you kind of spied and went, hey, I think I'd like to do that?
Just something I've been spying.
Okay. Okay, all right. When you are not going to school and not playing football, what do you like to do?
I usually just watch YouTube, or I watch film.
Okay. Okay. Anything specific on YouTube, or you?
Just MLB, Madden.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay. All right. All right. You a video game player too, or?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. All right. Do you do that remotely, or do you do that with a guy side by side with you? It seems that the remote thing and online is pretty popular.
Yeah, I definitely play more games with my friends than I would just by myself. But.
Okay, okay. So, Jacoby, I've been asking this year. I haven't asked in the past. Do you have a nickname?
No.
No?
No.
They don't call you Jake or Kobe?
Nah, maybe Kobe sometimes.
Okay, okay. See, there you go. There you go. Well, best of luck here tonight. Thank you for joining us, and be safe and stay healthy. And who knows, maybe you guys get that win, huh?
Yeah.
Jacoby Mercado joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and get you the starting lineups and get you kickoff for Wildcat Stadium coming up on the NCWLIFE channel.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today. Welcome back once again here to Wildcat Stadium as we get ready for football tonight between the Eastmont Wildcats and the Moses Lake Mavericks. Eastmont 4-1 on the season. They're 4-0 in Big 9 play. The Mavericks 6-0 on the season, 3-0 in the Big 9. So they will continue playing in Big 9 after tonight. So, but tonight, Grant, let's be real. This is for the championship right here.
There is no doubt about this. It's Eastmont, Moses Lake, and then everyone else kind of in the Big 9. And you know, we didn't talk about this in the pregame, but these two teams do have a common opponent.
Yeah.
Post Falls played Eastmont, I think the second game of the season, beat Eastmont by 22-21. Last week, Moses Lake played Post Falls, defeated them 42-7.
Yeah.
I don't know what you can take from that. It was early on for Eastmont, but
Wildcats, and we just heard from Jacoby Mercado that they had the wrong defense in for that final play that allowed Post Falls to score with 16 seconds left and win that game.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, that's the past. This is the present, and it's about what's going to happen here tonight as we'll take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start on the offensive side. We didn't talk about this in our X's and O's. The big fellas up front. I mean, Brady Jay's had a fantastic season, there is no doubt, with almost 2,500 yards passing and 41 touchdowns. But I think it has a lot to do with his offensive line. Check it out. Right tackle is Peyton Phillips, a 6'2", 275 senior. The right guard, Jeremiah Baker, 6'6", 326. The center, Reese Porter, 6'1", 300. The left guard, Caden Dominguez, he's the smallest out there at 230 pounds. He's 5'9". And then Connor Reed is the left tackle, 6'2", 265. He is a senior. They'll go with 4 wides. They'll go with 5 wides. They might even go with 6 wides.
I have a question for you, Eric.
Yeah,
Do you think Central Washington University's line is that size?
Nope. No way. Well, heck, the Seahawks line isn't that size, for God's sakes. All right, the wide receivers, his favorite target for Brady J is Grant Smith, a 6'3", 190-pound senior. He's going to be a load. He plays both ways. He is a stalwart in the defensive backfield, likes to pick the ball away. Meanwhile, he likes to receive it, too, with 40 receptions coming into the game here tonight.
He leads all scorers in the Big Nine with 13 touchdowns.
Also, wideout for Brady J tonight, Nolan DeCouber is a 5'11", 165-pound sophomore. They do have some younger ones in there. Carter Anderson is a 6', 200-pound sophomore. And Case Anderson, I think they're brothers, 5'11", 170 pounds. He is one of them is a senior, one of them is a sophomore.
I think they're brothers
I think
also.
Carter is the senior and Case is the sophomore. Meanwhile, in the backfield, Elijah Burns, he is, well, I list him here at 4'11". He's 5'11", 190 pounds. He's a junior, for God's sakes. And then, of course, Brady J, the quarterback, he wears number 2, 6'1", 185 pounds. He is a senior, and I didn't even look up where he's planning to go to college. I'm sure he's got college commitments, offers to him all over the place. Meanwhile, defensively for the Eastmont Wildcats, we talked a lot about Moses Lake's offense. You know, Eastmont's defense is nothing to wag a finger at, that's for sure. Defensive ends, Tyson Gonzalez, 6'3", 230-pound senior. The other is Adrian Rodriguez, a 5'11", 203-pound junior. The tackles, Connor Schwab, a 6', 220-pound senior, and Donnie Torres, a 6', 230-pound junior. I think we've got our anthem coming up here, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't want to be talking over the top of that.
I think we're going to do the coin flip first. I see the captains are lined up.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe
I'm thinking that.
Maybe we're going to do that. So I'll wait for them and see what they do. I'll get the rest of the defense here. Linebackers, Jacoby Mercado, whom we just heard from, 5'11", 185-pound senior. Logan Schmutzler is a 6'1", 205-pound senior. And Joel Manning, a 5'11", 190-pound junior. The corners are Kamani Owen, a 5'9", 160-pound junior. And A.J. Sen, a 6', 173-pound junior. Here we go with the anthem on the NCWLIFE channel.
Welcome to Bliss. Population U. Not the you that wakes up every day wondering if you've gotten everything right. Or the you that has to power through whatever comes your way. This is the you that appreciates the warmth of a good coat and the fit of a purposeful boot. The you that is soothed by new life or scratching an old dog's ears. At Coastal, we want to be your partner in finding your bliss. Whether that's teaching you about keeping chickens, warming your home, or raising a well-built fence, we are hopeful and helpful because we're about this community. The one you know, with the dusty boots, a friendly porch, and neighbors that show up when you need a hand. So when you're looking for a place called Bliss, trust Coastal to help you find the way. Your country lifestyle superstore. Coastal, we're just what the country needs.
Eastmont Pep Band finishing up our national anthem here tonight as we continue with the lineups here defensively for the Eastmont Wildcats as they get ready to bring the captains out on the field. Mention the cornerbacks here. The free safety is Ty Shaw, 6'2", 175-pound junior, and the strong safety Jackson Kenyon, a 6'3", 180-pound senior. The captains approaching to the center of our field here tonight, and for that, it's Logan Schmutzler for Eastmont, along with Connor Schwab, Peyton Zielinski, and also approaching out to the center of the field for the coin toss is Conlon McGinnis, who is the kicker for Eastmont. Moses Lake with 7 captains.
I wonder why 4 come up, 3 go in the...
Well, you can only have so many that go out for the actual toss. The others have to stay behind.
Interesting.
That's a rule.
I guess I've never seen 7 captains, maybe.
Yeah. We've got our camera down on the field. It's going to show our coin toss here tonight. And thanks again to our crew. Mike Penning is our referee. Zach Kirshner, the umpire. Michael Wold is the head linesman. Alan Creek is the line judge. And Dave Mensonites is the back judge. And Dave does the nice job with the
amazing
the lamination of our lineup here for the officials from the Chelan County Officials Association.
This is a good crew.
Yes, absolutely. We had most of these guys last week for that Kashmir-Zilla game.
Moses Lake Mavericks, Brady J. Reese Porter.
Looks like did Eastmont win the toss and defer?
Taggart Rathbun, Casey Dominguez, Petra.
Oh, they will receive. well, Eastmont. So, well, best defense is your offense, right?
That's right.
All
See
right.
what you can do immediately. I like it.
Just happenstance had to give the lineups there for the offensive side for Eastmont. And
is Brett J.
oh no, I was just talking about the other side of the football. So let's take a look at the lineups here quickly for the Eastmont Wildcats. Up front, Aiden Shiflett is the right tackle, 6'2", 260-pound junior. The right guard, Nash Mosier, a 5'10", 235-pound junior. The center, Jacob Craig, a 6'2", 295-pound junior. Rylan Walt, the left guard, 6'2", 250. And Derek Plank is a 5'11", 190-pound junior. He is the left tackle. The wideouts is, Colt Mosier gets the start tonight, 5'10", 130 pounds. He's a senior. Wingbacks, of course, Ethan Akbodiate. I got that right this time. 6 feet, 195 pounds sophomore. Also wingback is Austin Zielinski, a 5'8", 175-pound sophomore. The running back is Bodie Yale, 6 foot, 192 pounds. He's one of the league leaders, that is, in rushing with 488 yards on the ground so far. And that's only 59 carries, Grant. That's a pretty good average right there. And, of course, the quarterback is Peyton Zielinski, 5'7", 150 pounds. He is a junior. That is the offense for the Eastmont Wildcats as they will receive the kick here. And the kicker is Case Anderson. Where's number 5? He'll tee it up at the 40-yard line for Moses Lake. Looking at the Mavericks defense, Tyson Knowles is a defensive end, 6'4", 215. He's a senior. The nose tackle, Eli Anderson. He's also a wrestler, 5'11", 230-pound junior. Theo Casanotis is the defensive tackle on the other side, 6'4", 215 pounds. He's a senior. Outside linebacker, Tag Rathbun, a 6'1", 210-pound junior. We'll get the rest of the defense for you coming up. It's a short kickoff taken by the up man. That's Bodie Yale on the return to the 25 and trying to get out to the 30-yard line, but will not be able to get it. But they will have decent field position. Will Eastmont to start the football game. So, Grant, there's been a lot of talk. Now it's time for action.
That's right. You know what I'd like to see Eastmont do a little bit more of tonight? Go to their tight end, Dak Dixon. I think he could be the secret weapon for this offense tonight. We'll see if maybe they do that.
They'll spot the ball at the 29-yard line, so decent field position for Eastmont here in the first quarter. Just underway here on the NCWLIFE channel. As Zielinski will send a man in motion. That's Zach Bodiette in the motion, I believe, or was that Britton that was in the motion there? Still waiting on the snap. Motion man again, and they will hand it off to the tailback, and there's nothing happening up front. Maybe got a yard, did Bodie Yale on that carry, and that's about it. Second down and 9 coming up from the 30-yard line.
Cross the 30 to near the 31. It'll be second down and 8, Eastmont.
They'll bring a wide receiver wide from left back, or from right back to left. That's Max Amon. 5-man defensive front here for Moses Lake. And again, handoff to Yale, trying around the left side. He thought about trying to bounce it outside. Will continue chugging his feet and get maybe 5 yards out of it. Nice job by Yale to keep on trucking, as it will be third and manageable coming up for the Wildcats.
That was a nice run, but he's got a lot of strength. We've seen that throughout his career. Carried about 3 Mavericks there for that gain of 4 yards.
It'll be third down and 4 coming up. Need to reach the 39 for a first down. Will Eastmont. Wildcats. James Meyer will check into the ball game and go wide to the left here. Stuck to the ground, just simple ground and pound here. Man in motion from left to right. Setting up as a wingback to the right side is Britton. And they'll hand it to Yale again. And Bodie's going to have a first down across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. That misdirection in the backfield, Grant, can just keep defenders guessing.
And you know, and it's not like Moses Lake has never seen this offense before. They play it every year. They know that Eastmont's going to run, but Eastmont does it so well. And they proved it right there. 6-yard gain for Yale.
Out to the 41-yard line for the first down. The hard part is to practice against it because nobody else runs it.
True.
Britton in motion again from left to right. They're going to go a counter play, and it's Zielinski. Austin has it around the left side. Good yardage there. You know, Peyton could have kept that and had a big gain around the right side, too. So good misdirection for Eastmont. Good blocking up front as he takes it out to the 46-yard line, gain of 5 yards.
Cross the 45 to the 46.
This is exactly what Eastmont wanted to do I got to imagine coming into this game is hold on to this ball,
Yes.
Possession, get a few yards here and there and be happy with that and chew up the clock
Absolutely.
and keep the ball away from Brady J. Ball left hash mark here on a second down and about 5 yards to go. Britton in motion again. They will hand it to him this time, and here comes Moses Lake. They're scampering up, and he's going to lose a yard maybe on the play as maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. They go around the right side, and Moses Lake was quick there to come up and cover on the play.
They got some fast linemen. They're not that big on defense on the line like they are on offense, but boy, can they move.
Linebackers are Johnny Rainey and Petra McKenzie, also along with Carter Anderson. The corners are Ian Anderson and Tice Miller. Meanwhile, the safeties are Grant Smith and Carson Huberto. Again, a 5-man defensive front as Moses Lake stacks up the box here. Handoff, it's Zielinski again, pecks his way forward and going to be short of the yard to gain as he gets it out to the 48-yard line, and just patient, and that's what Eastmont needs to be offensively here tonight.
Boy, and you said it earlier, they're doing just what they wanted. Peck away, use that clock.
That was a third down play, so it'll be shy of the yard to gain here for Eastmont. And so they will have to punt it away. The punt returner is Carson Huberto. And Dax Dixon in to punt the ball away, standing in his own 35-yard line. Special teams also huge in this to make sure you don't have a turnover in the special teams game. Snap, all important, back a little high to Dixon. He'll race to his right and then try to kick it away from Huberto. It'll take a bounce and then trickle inside the 20, take an Eastmont roll all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So they eat some clock. They get a good field position, and they give it back on a punt to Moses Lake.
They didn't score. They had positive yards. They used the clock, as you mentioned. Good first drive, I would say, for Eastmont. They proved that they can move the ball a little bit on the ground. No pass attempts, so that's positive for the Wildcats, too.
7:58 to go as Moses Lake gets their first possession of the ball game, and this is an offense that can score on big plays. Brady J., the quarterback, with nearly 2,500 yards, 41 touchdowns on the season in the shotgun. He will send Burns in motion. They'll throw it to him out in the flat, and he'll have good yardage on first down out to about the 20-yard line. This possession started at the Moses Lake 14. They will put it out at the 20, so a 6-yard gain on first down, and they will throw to Burns in that little flush out a lot.
I like it.
Burns will line up along with Jay in the backfield. He's got trips to the wide side left. Jay waiting on the snap. He'll take it, hand it off. They don't run it much, but they do here. And it's a short gain across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Good job by Eastmont reading that one up front as the tackle is made by Connor Schwab.
Excellent job by Schwab. He fought off that block, and that guy was pretty tenacious. Fought him off and got the solo tackle.
Going to be a 3rd and 2. Already a big play in this ball game. If Eastmont can get Moses Lake 3 and out, that would be probably one of the few of the season for the Mavericks, averaging 52 points a game. Burns in motion out of the backfield. They'll turn and throw it to him out in the flat, and there's a blocker downfield. The ball is incomplete, and it will be 4th down coming up.
Boy, was that that was lucky for the Wildcats right there. That was all kinds of room for Burns to run if he'd have made that catch.
And I if I'm Eastmont, I got to ask the officials to watch that, because that wide receiver was out blocking well before the ball was thrown out to the flat.
You believe that they're going for 4th down from their own 24?
No, they got a quick punt. Yeah, because Brady J is also the punter. We had some folks tumbling down, no flags down. The ball will go all the way to the Eastmont 30-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will have it. And a small crowd on hand gives a big hand to the men in red, because that's 3 and out against a very potent team.
Moses Lake literally had that ball about a minute on that possession. Eastmont ran it down to 7:58. There's 7:02 now, and Eastmont once again get a nice drive put together here and use some more of that clock. Hopefully get some points out of this one.
3 and out for the Mavericks. So here come the Wildcats. They got pretty good field position out of their first possession. Let's see what Zielinski and company can do here on a 1st down and 10 at their own 30, just shy of the 31. They'll turn and hand it off again. Bodie Yale spinning in the hole, but there's a lot of garbage in the way, and he'll gain maybe a yard, and that's it.
Bodie Yale carrying the ball for the Wildcats.
Second down coming up, and the ball resting at the 31-yard line. So, yeah, just maybe a half a yard on that one, if anything. So, second and long coming up for the Wildcats. And one thing, if you're Eastmont, you want to keep the game close because you're not a team that throws the ball a lot, but they do have trips to the right here, showing a passing formation. Let's see. Yale goes in motion. They're going to turn, fake the handoff. Zielinski's going to keep it. Payton trying to pick his way to the left side, and he's wrestled to the ground after a short gain. As coming up on the stop that time for the Mavericks, I believe, was Ian Anderson. And it'll be third and long coming up for Eastmont. Maybe this is the early stages of a defensive battle tonight.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, we talked so much about the potent offense of Moses Lake, but right now, stalemate, if you will. So third and long coming up for the Wildcats at about 7 yards to go at their own 34-yard line. Zielinski sends a man in motion. That's Zach Bodiette, and Zielinski's going to try to keep it. Ran into a wall. Now trying to retreat and find some room. He will not, as he is wrapped up and dropped for a loss on the play. We'll see if they give him forward momentum or not. Adrian Rodriguez came up and says, nope, you're not going to get outside, and a loss all the way back to the 28-yard line brings up fourth down.
Lost in the play to the 28-yard line. Fourth down and 12.
So Dax Dixon in for his second punt of the game. Again, Huberto is back to return here for Moses Lake.
Mavericks going to have good position on this possession.
Line drive kick will go over the return man's head. Fumbled it, and there's the ball loose on the ground. Who's going to get it?
I think Eastmont got it, Eric.
Eastmont saying they have it, and they do at the 40-yard line. I didn't see who got the fumble recovery. Our cameras are focusing in that maybe it was Connor Schwab that came up with football.
Yeah, I think it was.
So
Eastmont gets the football after the punt, and they'll basically get a new set of downs here, new possession at the Moses Lake 40-yard line. How about that?
Got to take advantage of this.
So Zielinski has him set. Will shift Bodie Yale. Now hand it to him left. Bodie with the ball in his right hand running around the left side. The defense comes and swarms him over, but not before he's got good yardage to the Maverick 33-yard line. Gain of 7 yards for Bodie Yale there, and you got to give credit to that offensive line. Jacob Craig at center, and Nash Mosier and Rylan Wall to guard. Derek Plank and Aiden Shiflett on the tackles. Second down and about 3 yards to go. They're going to go a direct snap to Yale as he's trying to get to the yard to gain. He's going to be short, I think, about a yard. So you saw Zielinski sprint out to his right, maybe trying to draw the defense out there on that direct snap.
I like the call.
Yeah. It'll be to the 31, so a gain of 2 yards for Yale, who again packing the rock this year with 488 yards coming in, 7 touchdowns on the season for Yale. And a lot of those touchdowns are long touchdowns.
They are.
Motion man is Zach Bodiette, and a handoff again to Yale, and he is going to get enough for the first down, I believe. The official here on the near side is coming in on the chalk at the 30-yard line, and that should be a first down.
I think it is.
It is. Didn't get it by much, but for Eastmont, the clock continues to roll.
Absolutely.
They stop it momentarily just to reset the chains, and that's it. Wide receiver split out wide to the left is Amon here. A slot man to the left as well for Zielinski. He's yet to throw in the air here. Motion man is his brother. He's going to throw it out in the flat. The brother comes up with the ball, but then dropped it. Oh, my.
And that ball had just the right touch on that.
It was perfectly thrown.
Was.
But Austin Zielinski maybe took his eyes off of it, and it will fall incomplete on the first pass attempt of the game for Eastmont. Second down and 10 from the Moses Lake 30-yard line. If you're Eastmont right here, also, aside from chewing up the clock and maybe get a few more yards, you got a chance at a field goal to get points on the board.
You bet. You need all of those you can get.
So Zielinski standing about 5 yards deep in the backfield here, pervades the defense with 3 down linemen, 5-man front. Zielinski goes in motion, a little bit of a misdirection in the backfield, and that looked like a mistake as Bodie Yale ran into Zielinski, and then here comes the defense swarming him over. And Johnny Rainey is the first to get there for Moses Lake. A loss of 4 yards on the play.
It was supposed to be a counter that just wasn't run properly, it looked like, did it?
No.
Didn't turn the right direction.
No. And that's all about the quarterback and the running back making the footsteps they need to make and making that correctly.
Right.
And if you don't do just right, one or the other, then you have that happen, a collision in the backfield. Lucky to hang on to the ball. Zielinski wants to throw deep downfield, and he throws it about 9 yards out of bounds, so nobody can get to it. That'll bring up a 4th down and decision time here for the Wildcats.
Austin Zielinski, the intended receiver, pass incomplete for the Wildcats.
Boy, what do you do here?
Well, 4th and 13, you're way too far for a field goal.
14 for the Wildcats.
Britton comes in as the running back in the backfield along with Zielinski here. As we mentioned, Dax Dixon is the punter. Back goes Zielinski. Has some time, now flush from the pocket, directing traffic, and now just going to chuck it downfield. This is going to be incomplete, and bringing the pressure that time for Moses Lake, and doing well not to get a penalty after the throw was Klasanotis, and it goes over on downs for Eastmont.
That was really close to roughing the passer right there. Zielinski a little slow to get up after that.
So we've had 4 possessions in the game. We've had a couple of punts. We've had a turnover on a muffed punt. And now Moses Lake will get the football. Pretty decent field position. Now you wonder, man, should have punted that ball away and pinned him deep?
Well, that kind of was my selection of the options they had there, but
Mavericks get the ball, and look at this, Grant. We're almost through the first quarter. Scoreless so far here at Wildcat Stadium. Brady J back to pass, has time, now throws. The ball is caught along the Moses Lake sideline on the far side. And I believe coming up with the ball was Elijah Burns out of the backfield again. Let's see where they spotted out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Looked like that might go for more, but just 3 yards on the first down completion.
And you notice the protection Jay had there in the pocket?
And Gonzalez, that's one thing Eastmont mentioned. They kind of teased it. They said, we think we may have found something to be able to get some pressure on Jay.
Well, their offense looks a little confused right now, don't they? They really do.
So 3 receivers wide left here as Grant Smith will watch him, number 13 in the slot. And back to pass, Jay now throws right, and the ball tipped up and intercepted. Let's see. Yes, it is. Eastmont football.
Wow.
Second turnover of the game. Wildcats will have it at the 43-yard line.
Boy, and you know, you mentioned Grant Smith in the slot on a slant. He was wide open going over the middle, but Jay decided to go downfield instead. But boy, Smith was wide open.
Intercepted by McGinnis. So McGinnis had the interception to wrap up the bridge of sportsmanship last time we saw Eastmont, and now comes up with a big interception here. And the second turnover by the Mavericks will give Eastmont the football. That's what Jay Foster talked about in our pregame show, is that we have to steal possessions. Well, now they get their second chance at a stolen possession right here with 2:29 to go in this first quarter of play. Scoreless so far. Zielinski with Yale next to him in the backfield. He'll turn, hand it off, little delay, and Bodie Yale has a good gain across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. This possession for Eastmont started at their own 43 after the interception. Second down. Gain of about 4 yards on that first down run by Yale. Wide receiver wide to the right here for Zielinski. They've thrown once or twice so far in the game. They'll turn, hand it to Akbodiete, and boy, he looked like he had room there to run. We'll see where they give him forward progress. They're going to say out to the 48-yard line is all. Nice job by the Moses Lake defense right there.
And Carter Anderson from his linebacker position. Nice tackle.
49-yard line. It's third down.
Eastmont quick out of the huddle here. Time winding down with 1:35 to go in the first quarter of play. Akbodiete in motion. He'll come back. Actually, that's Akbodiete on the motion. Zielinski sets the offensive line once again. Akbodiete will take the handoff running right. He's got a blocker in front trying to get around. He stumbles and then will get across midfield to the Moses Lake 49. Going to be shy of the yard to gain, however. It'll bring up another 4th down and decision time for Eastmont.
Yeah, punting this time. That's the right decision. You can't give Moses Lake the ball at midfield.
No. I mean, it's only 4th down, about 3 yards to go. But, yeah, the yardage has been hard to find here for Eastmont this first quarter of play. And if they could go to the second quarter with a scoreless contest, I think Jay Foster would be happy about that. Dax Dixon with a line drive punt is going to hit the ground and take an Eastmont roll again inside the 5 and down at the 2-yard line. How about that punt?
Well, another thing about his punting style, the end over end, they're hard to field for punt returners. That's why none of them really want any part of that, because they're hard to field.
Well, and we should mention the fact that Dax Dixon plays rugby, so he knows about that rugby style of punt.
Looked just like it.
So a punt here for Eastmont will put Moses Lake back deep in their own end with 32 seconds left in the first quarter of play, scoreless here. As we lean way forward here in the press box to be able to see Brady J and company as he will take a shotgun snap in his own end zone. Eastmont defense pinning their ears back, and they're going to hand it up the middle. Look out, Burns got loose, and he's got big yardage on the first down play across the 15 out to the 17-yard line. And that's sometimes you get a little aggressive and you shoot a gap, and then you leave a gap open.
That's right, and that was a big hole right up the middle of the field. Breathing room now for the Mavericks.
They'll put the ball at the 17, so a gain of 15 yards on, what is that, second run by Burns here in the game.
Second one.
And they'll hand it off again up the middle. And we mentioned Burns last year against Eastmont had 167 yards rushing and a touchdown. So you can't just focus on Brady J alone.
No, you can't. And he hasn't run the ball yet. And he's a pretty prolific runner himself.
He is. That will be the close of one quarter of play here in this battle for first in the Big Nine between Eastmont and Moses Lake. Scoreless so far. We're back with a second quarter after this 60-second timeout.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Coverage of Big Nine football tonight on the NCWLIFE channel, brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today at 509-662-6842. They're on the web at alpineair.net. So it's Moses Lake football to start it off here with a second down coming up from about their own 24-yard line. After a couple of handoffs, and they'll hand it again. And this is not Burns. This is another running back with a decent Gary. That's Huberto on the carry that time, and he'll get a first down out to the 34-yard line. It's one thing, Grant, if you focus so much of your attention on one element of a game, you can't forget the other.
No, you can't. This team is so diverse and so good at so many areas.
With that huge offensive line, my gosh, you'd think they could be able to run the football a lot more than they do. Jay will turn, hand it off again. Again, it's Huberto, and he will have a gain out to the 40-yard line before the Eastmont defense can converge. It's coming up with the stop. It was Javin Britton for Eastmont.
Tackle made by Conley McGinnis for the Wildcats.
Huberdeau and Burns is a pretty good 1-2 punch for Moses Lake.
I mentioned Britton on that. It was actually McGinnis, not 23, 33 with the tackle for Eastmont, who came up with that big interception. If you're just joining us, Moses Lake has turned the ball over twice so far. Eastmont has not been able to take advantage of those turnovers, however. So a second down coming up here in about 4 yards to go for Moses Lake. Brady J fakes the handoff, looks left, now gets pressure, now throws the ball. Intercepted by Eastmont. On the return is Ty Shaw coming across midfield, and the third turnover of the game by the Eastmont Wildcats will give them the ball at the Moses Lake 45-yard line.
That wasn't a tip. That wasn't anything. That was just a bad pass by Jay that time, well over the head of his intended receiver, and I'm sure you don't see him do that very often.
He had one interception on the season coming in. He's thrown 2 interceptions here tonight. So Eastmont football at the Moses Lake 45-yard line with 10:44 to go here in the first half of play. Now, for the Wildcats, you got to get some points out.
Well, how many chances are you going to get, right? They've had some pretty good field position after those turnovers, and this the best. It's like a penalty was on that play as well.
Eastmont moving back. Well, I had it at the 45-yard line where he was tackled, so I don't think it's a penalty.
That was right where it was supposed to be, yes. Yep. There's a flag. He just picked it up.
There was a flag, but yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, they're going to penalize Moses Lake.
Okay.
So maybe a penalty that came after the play. So a dead ball penalty, and that is a 15-yard penalty. Wow.
Boy, you're the Wildcat. You've got to take advantage of this right now. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So the penalty puts it down, as Grant mentioned, to the 30. It'll be 1st down and 10 there for the Wildcats. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge, 100% real cheese and freshly rolled dough. Order online at abbys.com. So here goes Peyton Zielinski and company. 1st down at the Moses Lake 30 after the interception by Shaw. Handoff, Yale, not much happening. Still keeps his feet chugging as he gets it inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line, gain of a couple of yards on 1st down.
He's been the workhorse, 10th carry of this first half.
Moses Lake's defense just fantastic on the season coming in. We mentioned that they're allowing just 106 yards a game on the ground. They've only allowed 4 rushing touchdowns on the season. Meanwhile, Eastmont's offense has 17 rushing touchdowns. So what will give here? Wildcats again hand it off to Yale. Yale gets it to the 25 before he's hogtied. The ball came out late, but no, it was down. The whistles had blown. It'll be 3rd down for Eastmont.
You know, the tough Moses Lake defense. Eastmont runs the ball. Moses Lake knows they're good. They're not even respecting the pass at this point. The linebackers are playing up just behind the defensive line, and the safeties are sucked up right behind the linebackers.
Zielinski gets the signal from the sideline. Colt Mosier will split out wide to the left here on this 3rd down coming up for the Wildcats. 3rd down, about 5 yards to go. Need to reach the 20 for a 1st down. Man in motion from right to left is Austin Zielinski. A handoff, counter play inside. Bodiel looked like he slipped a little bit as he got to the hole. And it will be shy of the 1st down yardage necessary. About 2 yards to go for the 1st down. Down to the 22-yard line. He's not going to go for it.
Not wasting any time on this decision.
Zielinski. See if he goes with a hard count here, maybe to try to get Moses Lake to jump. No, he won't. It'll be a direct snap to Bodiel. Bodiel has the 1st down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Second time they've done that direct snap, Grant.
It's kind of a disguised Wildcat.
And that's good for another.
And they will put it at the 17-yard line, so one of the bigger gains of the night for Eastmont. 5 yards on that play on a 4th down conversion. Zielinski looks to his right here. Will they go to the air or stick to the ground? Motion man is Zach Bodiette. And they'll go a little counter play. It's Austin Zielinski on the carry. And boy, not much happening. Moses Lake They're going to continue trying to push the pile, kind of a tush-push, if you will, after the fact. The ball is going to be marked down to the 16-yard line, so a gain of just a yard.
It seems that play just took a little bit too long to develop. Zielinski needs to make a decision on where he's going to go a little bit quicker than that.
And you've got the defensive line that's 230, 215, 215, 210.
Yeah, they're pretty small in relation to their offensive
line, definitely. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Wildcats here. Ball left hash mark. Abodiete goes in motion. Zielinski wants to throw. Now has pressure. Now throws the ball. Is intercepted in the flat. Coming back on the return for Moses Lake after the pick is Taggart Rathbun. And the first turnover for Eastmont here in the game. Costly as they were driving, maybe smelling points, but now it's Moses Lake football.
Boy, that hurts. That really does. You come away with nothing all the way down to the 17-yard line. And now you give it back to this offense who was just itching to get in the end zone, scoreless in the first quarter.
Last 4 possessions here in this game have been 3 turnovers. Couple of interceptions by the Eastmont defense. Now an interception by the Moses Lake defense gives the Mavericks the ball with 7:44 to go here in this first half of play. Ball at their own 30-yard line after the return by Rathbun. Jay, turn, handoff, Burns, not much up the middle, maybe a couple of yards is all. As the Wildcats again do a good job defensively. Again up there, it's Connor Schwab and company. Also got some help from his middle linebacker, Logan Schmutzler, who loves to put his nose in whenever he gets the chance. They will put the ball at the 33, so a gain of 3 yards by Burns on that one. Elijah Burns will work as a split out here. Now he'll come back in tight along with Jay on the formation. They'll turn, hand it to him. Up the middle, he's got a good gain across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. If he gets past that first line of attack, Grant, boy, there's yardage there. With the linebackers kind of cheating up a little bit and picking a hole.
And Burns almost 200 pounds. He can run pretty well, too, once he gets in the daylight, as you mentioned.
Out to the 42-yard line. That'll be a new set of downs here for the Mavericks. So they're having more success on the ground so far, surprisingly, than they are through the air. And Jay putting his hands behind him in a towel to try to keep him warm on this brisk night. He'll throw out in the flat. The ball is caught over there as that Burns again as he gets a little swing pass out to the left and had blockers in front. Eastmont does a pretty good job to keep him to about a 4 or 5 yard gain on the play out to the 46-yard line.
Isn't it amazing? Burns is the only one to catch a pass tonight from Jay.
Yeah, they've tried to throw downfield a couple of times, but Eastmont right there with a couple of interceptions so far.
Jay is 3 of 6 for 14 yards and 2 interceptions in this game.
Case Anderson will split out wide to the far side of the field along with his brother Carter. This second down, handoff again is Burns. He's got a gain across the 50 and going to have enough probably for a first down here as they'll mark him down at the Eastmont 48-yard line.
Tough runner, as we mentioned, 5'11", 195 pounds. A lot like Yale, keeps those legs churning, and a nice gain again for Burns.
They'll put him at the 47, so gain on the play to Eastmont's side of midfield as the clock continues to wind here with 5:37 to go in this first half of play. Scoreless so far here at Wildcat Stadium. 4 receivers right now. He'll bring Burns in the backfield along with him. A little extra protection? No, they'll run it with him. And Burns got past one man, and then he just puts his shoulders down and head down and drives forward to the 40-yard line of Eastmont. Gain of 7 yards on that play.
Tackle made by Conley McGinnis for Eastmont.
Burns 7 carries, 47 yards here in the first half.
You know, one thing I'm also seeing, Grant, is aside from that big offensive line that they're running behind, these wide receivers are blocking downfield as well.
They are, and they're decent size too. I was noticing looking at their roster, they're 180, 190, so good size.
Grant Smith, the biggest of which at 6'3" and 190 pounds. He is the lone man to the top of your screen on this first down and 10. Jay fakes the handoff, now throws downfield, wide open receiver, collects it at the 15, dances down to the 10-yard line, coming up with a catch. Case Anderson That's his 17th reception of the season, and a big one there for the Mavericks.
30 yards downfield to a wide open Case Anderson, the first guy to receive a ball besides Elijah Burns in this game.
Anderson will come out of the lineup here for Moses Lake as John Rainey, looks like he comes in on this first down and 10 from the Eastmont 10-yard line. Is it first and goal? Looks like it is. They dropped the sticks on the far side. So first and goal from the 10 here for the Mavericks, trying to get the first points of this matchup. They've got Burns out in the flat. They throw it to him, but right there to make the tackle for the Eastmont Wildcats defensively, it was Jacoby Mercado coming through.
And you know, Jay kind of telegraphed that play from the get-go. He was looking at Burns from the start, and I think that kind of helped Mercado on that play.
Mercado read it beautifully. It's a loss on the play all the way back to, where did they put the ball down, Grant? 15-yard line, loss of 5 yards on the play. So second down and goal from the 15. And how many times in this career have we seen Brady J just kind of buy time in this circumstance and find somebody in the end zone? Huberto comes in the backfield. I hand it to him running left side, and Eastmont swarms around him and will finally drag him out of bounds on the far sideline. Maybe got it back to the original line of scrimmage, close to it anyway. It'll bring up third down and goal. No, they'll put him down at the 12. Nice job of pursuit over there by Connor McGinnis.
He's a heck of a player for a sophomore. He really is not that big, 148 pounds, but boy, he's a player.
Watch it out on the far side right. Burns lined up out there by himself. He's got blockers in front now. Jay wants to keep it. Jay's going to run it to the 5, and then he'll duck out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. That brings up fourth and goal from the 2.
Right. Big play right here for Eastmont.
There's so many options for Moses Lake. And talking with Jay Foster, the head coach for Eastmont, he said, you know, how many times on film he's seen it where they've had a goal-to-goal situation at the 2-yard line and they throw it rather than run it. So
that's the first carry for Jay. I'm kind of surprised by that.
We will see what they choose to do here. He's got 2 backs in the backfield now. A timeout going to be taken. That's a wise timeout by Eastmont.
It really is.
We'll take a 30-second break on the broadcast and come back with 2:43 to go here in the half. Moses Lake, fourth and goal from the 2 right after this.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Our broadcast brought to you in part by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. They're committed to preserving the environment, not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but also other eco-friendly actions and alternatives. And by Biosports Physical Therapy, Aquatherapy, Sports Biomechanics, Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Orthotics. All you need to keep moving. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Timeout by Eastmont. Wanted to make sure they had everybody in the right position here. It's the first timeout taken by either team here in this first half of play. So it is a stacked backfield along with Brady J. So what will the decision be here on a fourth and goal from about the 2-yard line? Turn, handoff, Burns, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown. First score of the night comes for the Mavericks.
Nothing fancy there. They brought the big fullback in, Petra McKenzie, 5'10", 220 pounds, as a lead blocker. He led the way for Burns, 2-yard touchdown, Mavericks.
10-play drive, 70 yards. Of course, the big play was that big pass completion all the way down to the 10-yard line that set Moses Lake up here. Here comes the point after touchdown, high snap, ball down, kick away, it's good. We'll take another 60-second break and come back With 2:39 to go here in the first half, Moses Lake 7, Eastmont nothing. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCW Life channel.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen? Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren. Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragenschlüssel. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Ensuing kickoff after the touchdown is on the way, and a short kick and get a bounce in front of Bodie Yale at about the 15-yard line. Go out of bounds, and a nice heads-up play by Yale over there.
Yes, it was.
7-0 Moses Lake on top after the interception by Rathbun. They take it 10 plays and 70 yards. The touchdown run by Burns, extra point, makes it a 7-0 ball game. As Eastmont will get the football back, and they'll have good field position here, and it's answer time, Grant.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Moses Lake, a nice 70-yard drive. You've had great chances, the Wildcats have in this first half, and Eastmont's going to get it at about the 35-yard line. Should be a great start.
So let's see what the Wildcats can do here after they turn the ball over on one of a few passes they've thrown this season, let alone this game. As Zielinski 5 yards deep, looking for the shotgun snap. He'll turn, hand it to his brother Austin, trying to get around the left corner. He's being chased, gets a yard, gets 2 yards, gets 5 yards, and gets almost 10 yards on that first down run. Nice job on the perimeter on blocking by Bodie Yale and company as well.
I think he did get the first down there. Nice run by Zielinski, and he almost turned that corner.
So it will be a first down out to the 45-yard line, and Eastmont going a little hurry up here. They've got 2 timeouts left in the half. Clock winds. No, he went out of bounds at 2:31 left in this first half of play, trailing at 7-0 here at Wildcat Stadium. Motion man, and now Zielinski wanted to hand it off, but there was leakage in the backfield, and they kind of hogtied Austin Zielinski, and well, almost a holding could have been called on the defense, but I mean the guy didn't have the ball, so what do you call?
27 Trayson Knowles for the Mavericks had great penetration there, and it just busted up that whole play.
Yeah, they're trying to go that counter play to the wing back to the right, but with all that leakage up front, there was no way they were going to get that. 5-man defensive front again. They'll try it again. Hand off to Zielinski, picking his way forward and got across midfield into Moses Lake territory down to the 47-yard line. Good blocking at the point of attack for the Wildcats. Nash Mosier, one of those getting a block downfield.
Anderson is the tackle for the Mavericks. At halftime, we're going to announce
It'll be to the 47 of Moses Lake, so 3rd and short. Call it 2 yards to go. Need to get to the 45 for first down. Zielinski will hand it, and this is to Akbodiete, and he is going to be tackled for a loss on the play, and a flag will come down.
That might have been a shot to the head right there.
Let's see what the flag is. It was over on the Moses Lake side. The officials stopped the clock with the penalty flag, and the running back is also slow to get up on the play. That was a wicked hit over there.
Man.
We'll watch Mike Penning, our referee tonight, to see what the penalty flag is. It's right at the point where the tackle was made, and I think head-to-head, you might be right, helmet-to-helmet contact.
I'm thinking so, but he's kind of favoring his right arm a little bit. Now he's looking a little bit better, but
Akbodiete comes to the near sideline after that collision, and our referee, Mike Penning, has he made the call yet? I don't think he has. I'm sure he's getting an earful from the Moses Lake sideline here after the penalty flag flew. Penning will come out to midfield, and did they pick the flag up is the next question. No, they're going to say it's against the offense on a hold. Ouch.
Oh, boy.
Wow. For all intent and purposes, we thought it was the tackle that was made, but
Holy
no.
cow.
And so they will take the penalty rather than the result of the play, which would have made a 4th down coming up. But instead, they'll take the penalty, so it'll be 3rd down and long from the Eastmont 40-yard line.
Interesting.
Well, Grant, Moses Lake still has all 3 timeouts. There's 1:14 left. It's 3rd and gargantuan here for Eastmont, about 15 yards to go. Do you be conservative and run the football here if you're the Wildcats?
I think it's in their blood. I really do. So
Hand off,
nice
Zielinski,
counter.
Austin with a counter play across the 45, and that's where he's finally arm tackled there and brought down at about the Eastmont 47, 48-yard line. Going to be well shy of the 1st down, 4th down coming up. Another punting situation for Eastmont. They will put it at the 48, so it was a gain of 8 yards on the running play.
Boy, Moses Lake's just letting this clock run.
I'm surprised.
3 timeouts.
They're not calling timeouts here.
Interesting.
Maybe going to go for the block. We'll see. Dax Dixon in to punt it away for Eastmont with 21 seconds on the game clock, 7 seconds on the play clock. So they'll have to snap the ball here. High snap. Dixon goes to his right. Will punt the ball away. It will take a bounce, take an Eastmont bounce, and then go out of bounds on the far sideline. And with just 8.6 seconds left here in this first half of play.
Moses Lake had 52 seconds. They could have called a timeout before this punt even happened.
Interesting. Well, you know that they have the big play capability. So
well, and you know they haven't been playing that sharply this first half. They've been a little flat, and so I'm thinking maybe Coach Jay's just thinking we'll take our 7-0 lead and go talk it over.
32-yard punt and no return as Moses Lake will have the ball at their own 20-yard line, 1st down and 10. Again, with 8.6 seconds left here in the half, they're just going to hand it off to Burns, looking the left side. And Burns is going to add to his yardage total on the night out to the 27-yard line. And that is where our first half will come to an end. Well, an entertaining one here in one half of play. And, well, we wondered maybe if this was a situation where Moses Lake would control the game like they did a year ago. Not so far.
No.
7-0 our score here at the half. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back more from halftime on the way here from the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Well, this battle for first place in the Big Nine is kind of a defensive battle here in one half of play. 7-0 Moses Lake on top. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Coastal Farm and Ranch, Wenatchee's country lifestyle superstore, located across from Costco in East Wenatchee. Coastal, just what the country needs. Also by Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate. For all your real estate needs in Central Washington, call 509-888-8887. That's 509-888-8887. Well, in that first half, Eastmont got the opening kickoff and would actually gain a first down. Finally, the drive would stall around midfield. They'd punt the ball away and give Moses Lake field position at their own 14-yard line. That's field position. That's another thing we need to talk about in that first half of play as well. As the Mavericks get the football, and here we talked all about in the pregame about this prolific offense and all that they could do and everything else. 3 and out on the first possession of the game, and it would go over to Eastmont on a punt. The Wildcats would get the ball at their own 30-yard line. They would go 3 and potentially out, but the punt was muffed and recovered by Connor Schwab. Gave the Eastmont the ball at the Mavericks 40-yard line. They could not do anything with the football, though. They got it to the 34, and that was it as they turn it over on downs. Give the ball back to the Mavericks at Moses Lake's 34-yard line. And again, a 3-play drive. Well, drive, if you will, in quotations, because Brady J, for only the second time this season, would be intercepted by Colin McGinnis, and Eastmont would get the football back on yet another turnover by Moses Lake in that first half of play. So the Wildcats, after the interception, would have the ball at their own 43-yard line. Again, another 3-and-out situation for Eastmont as they were conservative, trying to get the running game going. They pumped the ball away. 48-yard punt would die at the 2-yard line. Another field position battle won by the Wildcats as Moses Lake would get the football back at their own 2-yard line. Again, for the second possession in a row, Brady J would be intercepted, this time by Ty Shaw, setting Eastmont up at the Moses Lake 45-yard line. So you're thinking, okay, you got a chance. Here you go. Put some points on the board. Nope. 5 plays later, as Zielinski dropped back to pass on a second down at the Moses Lake, or at the 16-yard line. They would throw an interception. It was picked off by Rathbun and give the ball back to Moses Lake at their own 30-yard line after the return. So first down and 10 from the 30 with 7:44 to go in that first half of play. This time, Moses Lake would not be denied as Brady J was able to connect on a long pass play to Case Anderson. That put the ball at the 10-yard line. They would take it in from there as Burns would score on a 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. The extra point good with 2:39 to go in the first half of play. The first points would be for Moses Lake as they led it 7-0. Eastmont gets the ball again, would not get a first down, would have to turn the ball over again. 32-yard punt gave Moses Lake the ball at the 20-yard line. And that's the most curious thing in that first half, Grant. As you mentioned, they had just under a minute to go. They had 3 timeouts. They could have got the ball back for their offense, but they just seemed happy to go into the locker room with a 7-0 lead.
That seemed really curious, didn't it? It just doesn't make sense. You're a prolifically scoring team like that.
We talk about that. We watch the NFL on Sunday. We watch college football on Saturday, and you have 3 timeouts to your disposal in the first half. Why not use them?
That's right.
Yeah,
and you have a team that can score like that.
They
it's really
could have,
surprising.
but they did not. So Eastmont goes into the locker room trailing Moses Lake by 7 points here at the half. It will be Moses Lake football to start the second half, so maybe that was part of the thinking of not using those timeouts before the halftime break. We'll take another break, 2 minutes on our broadcast, and come back and take a look at the stats. And believe it or not a lot of stats to talk about. So we'll do that when we come back. 7-0 our score here at half with Moses Lake leading Eastmont on the NCWLIFE channel.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours. Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
Thanks for joining us for Big Nine football tonight here on the NCWLIFE channel, as it is Eastmont trailing Moses Lake here at halftime 7-0. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning. For over 50 years, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is family-owned. They service all brands, commercial or residential. Scheduled maintenance and repairs. Call today, 509-884-6444. That's 509-884-6444 as we see the drum major for the Eastmont band entertaining us here at halftime. Grant, I thought we'd see a lot more offense in that first half than we did.
I really did too. We'll start off with the Eastmont Wildcats, and on the ground it was Bodie Yale, the workhorse in that first half. 14 carries, 49 yards for Yale. Ethan Akpadiete had 3 carries for 7 yards, 26 yards for Austin Zielinski on 4 carries. Peyton Zielinski, the quarterback, 4 carries, -1 yard. Total rushing, 81 yards for Eastmont in that first half. Through the air, Peyton Zielinski 0 for 4 with an interception, so total yards 81 for the Wildcats in that first half. Now for Moses Lake, on the ground it was Elijah Burns, 7 carries, 56 yards in that first half. 1 carry for 9 yards for Brady J, and 3 carries, 14 yards for Carson Huberto. Through the air, get this, Brady J, 5 of 8, 39 yards and 2 interceptions in the first half. So Moses Lake, 56 rushing yards, 39 passing yards, total 95 in that first half. So the two teams total 176 yards of offense. Who would have thought that?
No, I wouldn't have thought that, but I have a feeling, I have an inkling that we're going to see a much different second half.
I think, yeah, Moses Lake maybe will figure out some things here, because I think Brady J really looked flat in that first half. He was overthrowing guys. He wasn't really confident in what he was doing out there, and that's not him.
Now, we should give a little credit to the Eastmont defense.
Absolutely.
They were giving him a little pressure, not in his face pressure, but they were making themselves known as he was dropping back to throw, especially on those 2 interceptions.
And I think good coverage was a part of it, too, in the first half. The defensive backs played great.
We will take another break and come back. We have not seen the teams emerge from the locker room, which is 170 miles from us here at Eastmont High School. We will take a break and come back and talk about, keys to the second half on the way. As you're watching Big Nine football tonight, Moses Lake 7, Eastmont nothing. We're back after this.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7.
Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Coverage of Big 9 football tonight on the NCWLIFE channel, brought to you in part by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their #1 priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off available too. Stop by the website at globalcarcare.net. And by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop. Schedule time on their Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulators at 509-884-4653. Fun to play video games on those screens too, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Along with Grant Olson, Eric Granstrom with you. So if you're Eastmont at halftime, you got to be pretty happy about being down by just one score to this prolific offense. What do you do in the second half?
I think you've got to put it in the air, or at least attempt to put it in the air, so Moses Lake quits packing that box. The whole first half, the safeties were up, the linebackers were up, because the pass isn't even a thing for Moses Lake to worry about at this point. I still think Dax Dixon just floating out in the flat, blocking at the line, just fading out like Travis Kelce does for the Chiefs. Right. They could find him in a lot of those situations.
And he's a big target, that's for
He
sure.
is.
Also, what might be set up here for Eastmont with Moses Lake's ability to just flock to the football is maybe that double pass. Maybe you get Bodiel out in the flat and you throw in the ball, and then he chucks it downfield for maybe Dax Dixon running free.
That's not a bad idea, actually, because everything that Eastmont's wanted to do, they've done in this game. They've held Moses Lake. They've had great field position. They've got turnovers. They've moved the ball on the ground and just haven't scored.
That's what Coach Foster talked to us about in the pregame show was we need to steal possessions. Well, they stole possessions. They got 3 turnovers in that first half, a muff punt, 2 interceptions. They get no points off of it.
You can't ask for more. You really can't.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if you're Moses Lake, the Mavericks are running the football better than they're throwing the football, so why not lean into that?
I would if I was them. That'll open up maybe some passing for Jay, but there have been hardly any attempts. Like I mentioned, 8 attempts is all in the first half for Brady Jay, and I'm sure that's the lowest he's had in a game this whole year.
Second half kickoff is straight ahead. It's Eastmont. It's Moses Lake. Mavericks lead by 7 at the half. As we get ready for the third quarter, we'll have that for you right after this timeout.
Welcome to Bliss. Population U. Not the you that wakes up every day wondering if you've gotten everything right. Or the you that has to power through whatever comes your way. This is the you that appreciates the warmth of a good coat and the fit of a purposeful boot. The you that is soothed by new life or scratching an old dog's ears. At Coastal, we want to be your partner in finding your bliss. Whether that's teaching you about keeping chickens, warming your home, or raising a well-built fence, we are hopeful and helpful because we're about this community. The one you know, with the dusty boots, a friendly porch, and neighbors that show up when you need a hand. So when you're looking for a place called Bliss, trust Coastal to help you find the way. Your country lifestyle superstore. Coastal. We're just what the country needs.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
See if we can get you some other scores from around north central Washington here tonight as Okanagan leads Brewster in the second quarter, 16-0. Cashmere on the road tonight at Connell at the end of one quarter was leading that game 22-3. Bulldogs trying to get another win after we broadcast their game against Zilla last week here on the NCWLIFE channel. That game turned out a lot closer than I thought.
It was. Zilla played a really spirited game.
Did.
They really did.
Absolutely. Well, Eastmont's played spirited here as well for a half.
A lot alike.
Against Moses Lake, and so a lot to be determined here. Now the Mavericks will have the football first. And if you're Eastmont, one thing you can't do is, be thinking, okay, we got this figured out, and then give up the big play for a touchdown on the first play of the second half.
I think this first drive is huge for both teams. Eastmont gets down 14-0, then it's going to be an uphill battle. But if they stop Moses Lake here, get the momentum back, it could be different for Eastmont.
Model for sportsmanship and excellence in Eastmont sports.
Good crowd for Moses Lake here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, you have a team like this, you're going to get some fans to travel, that's for sure.
So. Finley Potter will kick it off here for Eastmont. And back to return the kickoff for the Mavericks here. It's Elijah Burns on one side, and I think that's John Rainey on the other. Yep, 8 and 23.
Yep.
There we go.
He's even the return guy, 6 feet, 200 pounds.
Potter with the ball teed up. Here we go. Second half action underway on the NCWLIFE channel. It will be Rainey on the return from the 8 to the 15, 20. Look out to the 25 and out near the 30-yard line. Good return. Probably some of the best field position aside from that interception return for Moses Lake in this football game.
I think it is. I think you're right, Eric.
So first down and 10. We'll see, did they chalk it up on the 30? Yes, they do.
30-yard line, first and 10, Moses Lake.
That's a official's term, by the way, Grant.
It is.
Chalking it up.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where you put the nose of the ball on the chalk line. So it's not, you don't have a half a yard. Makes it easier for the chain gang. That type of thing.
Gotcha. When they used to use chalk.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is still, I don't think, well, maybe this is paint out there.
I think it is now.
Handoff, and, we talked about the handing off of the football, and Burns is hit at the line of scrimmage, kind of spins his way forward for maybe a yard on the play. I think I saw Eastmont ripping at that football, too.
It was Tyson Gonzalez almost got that ball loose that time after that short gain.
Huge offensive line for Moses Lake. They were able to gain most of the yardage in that first half on the ground. 275, 326, 300, 230, and 265. That's the weights of the 5 men up front for Moses Lake. Wow. Jay will bring Burns in the backfield along with him again. On a second down and 9, handoff to Burns up the middle. Eastmont is there as they try to wrestle him to the ground. Kind of catching him on his skates a little bit was Donnie Torres. We'll see where they'll put him down almost out to the 35-yard line.
Eastmont tackle made by senior Connor Schwab.
Well, here we go, Grant. You mentioned it. All right. Can it be a 3 and out for the Eastmont defense?
There's a big down.
Kamani Owen is trying to get the crowd here pumped up for the Wildcats on this third down, about 5 yards to go. For Brady J and company. 2 down linemen, actually just 1 down lineman for Eastmont here on this third down play. Now Jay looks like he's checking out of what they had called, and now we'll go to something else. He's rolling to his left. Right-handed quarterback will throw out the flat. The ball is caught out there and good enough for a first down. Little pitch and catch on the far sideline to Case Anderson. He caught a big ball in that first half, and he catches this one for a first down.
I think they're saying he was out of bounds, Eric.
Oh, really?
I think they're bringing it back. Yeah, I thought I saw the referee signal that he was out of bounds.
Oh, my. Fourth down coming up from the 35. I knew it was on the edge over there on the boundary, but too far on the edge. Now Jay is a punter as well. See if they go with a quick punt. Nobody back for Eastmont. He will go with a quick punt. And we'll pin Eastmont back here after the Moses Lake roll inside the 25 down to about the 21-yard line. But give credit to Eastmont once again.
Huge.
To start the football game. The defense forces Moses Lake 3 and out. They do it again here to start the second half.
That is really huge. And Moses Lake didn't attempt to pass on that possession, which is really odd.
Just the one that went out of bounds.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So the punt will give Eastmont the football. So we'll see what kind of adjustments, if any, Eastmont made at the halftime break, as they'll get their first possession of the second half, trailing it here by a score of 7-0. Wildcats with the ball on the left hash mark. Peyton Zielinski, the quarterback, will turn, hand it off. Bodie Yale again. Not much happening as he got out to the 22-yard line. Gain of just a yard on the play. Got to give credit to Moses Lake's defense up front. Trayson Knowles, Eli Anderson, Theo Calcinotis, Tag Rathbun. They've all just been stalwarts up front here in this football game. Second down coming up from the 22 for the Wildcats. Offensive line pointing at the defense before they get into their stance. Handoff, Yale, left side, dancing now, trying to push that pile. Still alive, no whistle yet. Finally, he gets forward progress out to the 27-yard line. 5 yards on that gain by Bodie Yale. Actually, 6 yards as they'll put it down at the 28-yard line. Yale's got how much on the night so far?
He's got 56 yards now on 16 carries.
He came into the game with 488 yards and 7 touchdowns. The Wildcats would love for him to spring one right here. Of course, they would just love a first down on the 3rd down and 3 for Eastmont. Defense cheating around. Akbodiete goes in motion. Handoff left side. Bodiel has the first down across the 30 out to the 33-yard line. The Mavericks were trying to wrestle that football away. We've seen that several times at the end of plays. Moses Lake trying to rip at that football.
And you know how many times you miss a tackle by doing that? A lot of times you're going for the ball instead of the body, and it's a lot more yards on the carry.
5 yards on that gain by Bodiel. The pack horse tonight here for the Wildcats. Jacob Craig, the center, has a play sheet on his wrist, on his forearm. He was looking at that as he comes down to snap the football back to Peyton Zielinski. So going probably with a number system on what play they want to run. Man in motion is Akbodiete. Again, a handoff is Bodie Yale to the right side. Yale across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line. And what they're doing with that motion man is they're getting him out at the point of attack and getting an extra blocker.
Exactly. It's a great setup. The offense has been really efficient for Eastmont. They are chewing up time once again.
They'll put the ball past the 37 out near the 38, so about 5 yards on that first down run by Bodie Yale. And we talked about that in our pregame show. They'll be happy to take these little gallops, these little small runs, just trying to eat the clock. Turn, handoff. It's Zielinski, Austin Zielinski with a Moses Lake Maverick wrapped around his waist. And Austin is a diminutive one, so he's not going to be able to carry too many people. But he is out to cross the 43 near the 44, and that's close to a first down, and they will say first down Eastmont.
That carry out to the 43-yard line.
Austin Zielinski, 5'8", 175 pounds. So he does have a little weight to him.
He does.
And he is fast. Eastmont not able to show their team speed so far. Akbodiete goes in motion. They're going to turn, hand it off on a counter play to Austin Zielinski. Puts his head down across the 45 out to the 46-yard line. Again, just tough tackling in the game here by Moses Lake. That time on the tackle, it was Ian Anderson.
Boy, this grinds the defense down, though, Eric. It really does. You're just pounding.
And that clock continues to wind as well. Eastmont forced to 3 and out. This is their first possession of the second half. Under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 7-0. Moses Lake on top of the Wildcats. Turn, handoff. I think this is Britton this time. Poking, prodding, getting his way across midfield into Moses Lake territory on a first down on one of the few carries for Javin Britton in the ball game. He'll take it to the Moses Lake 44.
It's actually his second carry of the night. His first carry, 0 yards, 11 on this one.
Trying to find the recipe for success here in Eastmont. Well, they're moving the football on the ground against the Mavs here. in this third quarter. Motion man is Austin Zielinski. He'll fake a handoff and then go back to his wing-back position on the right side. Yale will switch from left to right as Zielinski finally will take the snap from center as Akbodiete goes in motion. Hand it to him running right. Picks his way and then tripped up. Boy, it looked like he had green grass if he can get around the corner. He cannot.
Did.
Good job by Moses Lake to stretch him out on the play. Tackle on the far side made by Eli Anderson.
Boy, he had some green grass ahead of him. That could have been a big play.
Gain of just a yard on first down brings up 2nd down and 9. Eastmont seems to have more success kind of between the tackles than they do trying to get around the outside. Zielinski by himself in the backfield. He'll turn, hand it to Austin. There's some leakage there by the defensive line. Austin gets positive yardage, though, inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line before he's finally wrapped up by Taggart Rathbun for Moses Lake. Going to bring up a 3rd down for Eastmont. But again, those yards important, Grant. I mean, it makes it 3rd and manageable.
That's exactly what you talked about, and it's just what they're doing now. Getting yards in little bunches, but just enough then to get a first down and keep that clock rolling.
That turns out to be a 5-yard gain here for the Wildcats as the clock runs. Now 5 minutes left in this third quarter. 7-0 Moses Lake on top. Eastmont back on the Mavericks side of midfield, and here come the Mavericks up front. They cheated up, and now Bodiel trying to find a hole through that line. He's able to get it to about the 35-yard line. Moses Lake knew it was coming, but Eastmont did a good job blocking it up front.
I think the size difference in the offensive line for Eastmont, defensive line for Moses Lake is making a difference in this game.
So 2nd down coming up from the 35 after a 3-yard gain. And here's a dive play, literally diving. Hold on, the Mavericks say the ball came loose. The officials are saying, no, it is Eastmont football. Oh, that was a 4th down play. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
With the ball at the 29-yard line.
So the Wildcats get the first down to the 34.
Ball at the 24. And that's good.
Huge conversion there for Eastmont. Colt Mosier splits out wide to the far side right. Akbodiete goes in motion. He'll get the handoff. Bodiel trying to block in front of him, and Bodie didn't get a chance to block because Akbodiete just dove forward and allowed the Maverick to take him down. Short gain on the play of just a yard.
Wildcat ball carrier. Tyce Miller with the tackle for the Mavericks.
They will put him down at the 33-yard line. Did it seem that he could have set Bodie up a little bit better on that play?
I do think you're right about that.
Well, he is a sophomore, a little eager.
Right.
Gets a chance to run that football. He'll line up as the wing back to the left again. Little high snap, handoff Yale, left side on the dive play, inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. 3rd down coming up after about a 4-yard gain on that play. Brings up 3rd down, about 5 yards to go. You got to be 4-down territory, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Under 3 minutes to go. The Wildcats got this ball with 10:14 left in the third quarter and continuing to keep away here tonight. Motion man is Austin Zielinski. Handoff is Britton again. Britton bounces off of one man, stumbles forward to about the 25-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. Another big 4th down coming up for Eastmont.
John Rainey with the tackle for the Mavericks. The ball near the 25-yard line. It'll be
Wildcats going to go for it again on 4th down and 2. Moses Lake with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on the defensive line. 2 linebackers up tight. Handoff. Left side. Britton, I don't think he got it. Good play defensively by John Rainey. He came up. Let's see what the officials say.
I think they're giving it to him.
Oh, my. Oh, that was a friendly spot.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. They gave him the first down. Holy cow.
The far side official did not spot it as a first down, but the near side official did.
Well, to be fair, the run came his way, so he should have the spot on that. First down and 10 from the 24. motion. Austin Zielinski. Payton's going to go with a counter play to Akbodiete. He's got a gain to the 15 and then tumble down at the 10-yard line. Looked like he might spring it for a touchdown for Eastmont.
Eastmont season, Akbodiete, the Wildcat ball carrier.
That was just a well-designed play. It had Moses Lake so fooled on that counter.
Yeah, they've done the counter from right to left with Austin Zielinski, but this time they go to Akbodiete, and he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 14-yard gain, biggest of the night here for Eastmont, as they're trying to even this game up, trailing it by 7, eating up most of this third quarter. Handoff, Austin Zielinski around the left side. He finds his way to the corner. He's able to take it forward down to about the 7-yard line. Give Moses Lake credit. I mean, they are having to run from sideline to sideline here to try to stretch these plays out. And Grant, by the way, one penalty in this football game. One penalty. That's it.
Wow.
They'll put the ball at the 7-yard line, so a gain of 3 there. And they will hand it off again to Bodie Yale. Yale trying to find the end zone. He's down to about the 1-yard line. And that should be enough for a first down, Grant.
Well, I think it will be. It is.
So first and goal from the 1 after the 6-yard gain. And you talked about it, Grant. You keep running the ball and running the ball and running the ball. You are just tiring out that defense eventually. Minute 5 left here in the third quarter. Eastmont trying to get the equalizer. Peyton Zielinski, 5 yards deep, sends a man in motion. That's Britton. He's going to hand it off to Bodie Yale. Yale trying to reach to the end zone. The officials have not said it is in yet. No. Second and goal coming up from the 1-inch line.
Bodie Yale, ball carrier for the Wildcats at the 1.
And you have to be really sure about these handoffs here. Austin Zielinski will set up as the wing back, and they'll go a direct snap to Bodie Yale. Yale try to jump over the top, and now we're going to get a flag coming in late. And did he jump with his feet first? You can't do that.
Oh, I never thought about that.
In high school football.
I never thought about that.
Bodie Yale is the ball carrier.
So we'll see what the penalty flag is. I just had to mention the penalties, didn't I? One penalty tonight. That's it. 15-yarder against Moses Lake.
And Eric, as we know, that's been Eastmont's Achilles heel.
Yeah, totally.
Just about every week. Penalties.
So Mike Penning, our head referee, is talking to the sideline.
You nailed
it is a personal foul, and I think they got it on the leap, which you cannot leap feet first, and I think that's what Bodie Yale did right there, and that's going to take it out 15 yards, I believe.
Man, that hurts.
Oh.
And when he did it, I didn't even think about it until you brought it up.
Yep. That's one of those rare penalties. It will be a 15-yard penalty.
Boy.
And that brings up, is it second down over again? It is.
Yeah.
But now a lot of yardage to get to the end zone. Zielinski by himself in the backfield will bring a man in motion. Austin, he'll turn and hand it to him. Austin trying to find his way around the corner. Got a block, but didn't get much inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Waited for the setup, and then Derek Plank got out there to block for him. It'll be a third and goal here coming up from about the 15, 14-yard line.
That's it for the quarter, Eric.
We will take a 60-second break and come back. Drama is dripping heavily here at Wildcat Stadium. 7-0. Eastmont driving. We're back with the fourth quarter right after this.
You won't be voting for Congress or the presidency this year, but local elections are the place where your voice can make the most difference. Wenatchee Valley candidates are lining up to serve on city councils and school boards on both sides of the Columbia River. NCWLIFE put all of them in the hot seat so you can find the ones who represent you the best. Watch our interviews at these times and dates right here on our channel or anytime online at ncwlife.com. You're watching the NCWLIFE channel. Your vote matters to us.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Well, we change ends of the field. Eastmont facing a 3rd and goal coming up from about the 14-yard line is where they'll have it. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Sangster Motors, family-owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. Also by Save Mart, shop smart, shop local, serving the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. Well, here we go. Eastmont with the football, 3rd down and goal after they were penalized on a leaping play by the running back. Motion man is Zielinski. They'll turn, hand to counter play. It's Akbodiete, and he will get down to about the 10-yard line. And now decision time. Grant, you say kick the field goal.
I would. Take the points if you can get them, and if you get another touchdown, you take the lead if you hold. I just think you take the points if you can get them.
Oh, and that's what they're going to try to do here. As Conley McGinnis will come in to try about a, 27-yard field goal attempt. That's the last play, by the way, 23rd play of the drive.
Unbelievable.
How about that? Snap is back, the spot down, the kick away. It has plenty of distance, and it is no good. Wide to the left.
Long drive, 23 plays, and no points to show for it. So is it disheartening if you're Eastmont, or are you still confident that you could move the ball up and down the field on these guys? I mean, you wanted points, obviously, but
there's not a lot of players for Eastmont. In fact, hardly any players that play both ways. So while you've had the ball for over 10 minutes here and 24 plays, you don't get points, but your defense is resting.
Right.
And you've done what you wanted to do is keep Moses Lake's offense off the field. So I guess moral victory. 27-yard field goal goes wide to the left. And we've got a whistle here.
By the way, Moses Lake has 5 yards this second half total.
That's incredible. That's one of the longest drives I can remember in high school football. I don't remember a drive that was 24 plays long.
You don't see those in college or professional football all that often.
No.
That is just incredible drive.
So Moses Lake gets the football. We're in the 4th quarter. 7-0. Mavericks on top. All they want to do is just wind the clock themselves here.
Absolutely.
Come away with a victory on the road and take over first place alone in the Big Nine. Brady J has the offense set. He'll turn, hand it off, and Burns with a good carry over the left side across the 20 out to about the 28-yard line. We talked about that, Grant. They've had success running the football. Just continue with that recipe.
And it's between the guard and the tackle. It isn't on the outside. It's right up the middle, like you said.
Caden Dominguez, the lightest of the offensive linemen at 230 pounds, got the big block on that one. Eastmont just a 3-man defensive front. Now they cheat up a linebacker here on the 2nd down and short. Handoff Burns again. Look out. He got past the original line of scrimmage and gets it all the way out across the 40-yard line. Still chugging his feet to the 44, and a big gain for Moses Lake. That's about their, 3rd largest gain of the night, whether pass or run, and it will be a Maverick first down.
You're right on. It's their 2nd largest game of the night at 16. Burns also had a 15-yard run earlier in the game.
Out to the 44-yard line. 16 yards on that play. Mavericks first down, new set of downs. Leading at 7-0, trying to put a little ice on it here potentially. Jay, handoff, Burns left side again, and Eastmont with the lack of bodies they have up there, Moses Lake is like, okay, we got 5 guys to block 3. We're going to make that happen.
Exactly.
Gain into the Wildcat side of the 50-yard line to the 46, another first down.
And but when Moses Lake puts trips on one side, a receiver on the other, there's 4 defenders that are off that play right there.
Right. Yeah, it becomes a numbers game. Right now, the numbers are not in Eastmont's favor. We'll see if the Wildcats bring an extra body up to the line of scrimmage here. They've been really, basically 3 guys right at the line of scrimmage. They do have 4 up there right now, but only 1 of those linemen have been down. They go with 2. Well, nobody gets down this time because Moses Lake does a quick snap. Eastmont wasn't quite ready for it, and another dive play for Burns. He's down inside the 41 to the 40-yard line. And just boom, 6 yards, boom, 10 yards.
That's 100 yards rushing now for Burns on the night on 15 carries.
Yep. And you mentioned his size at 5'11", 190 pounds. Junior is having another good game like he did a year ago where he had 167 yards and a touchdown in that one. He's got the lone touchdown in this game on the ground for Moses Lake. Jay fakes the handoff, throws out left, going long ball, and good coverage downfield.
Excellent
It
coverage.
was intended for Case Anderson. And the coverage, if I'm not mistaken, was by A.J. Sens, the cornerback over there. Perfect coverage, incomplete.
Just unbelievable. Brady J now 5 of 10 for 39 yards and 2 interceptions. Isn't that unbelievable? 72-yard completion percentage. He's at 50% here tonight.
Hats off to the Eastmont defense tonight for sure. As, again, Moses Lake well under their season average of 52 points a game. 7 right now on a big 3rd down play and 5 yards to go. Handoff Burns. He's got the first down and more inside the 35 to the 31-yard line. Finally coming up with a stop was Joel Manring, but not before Moses Lake gets another first down on the ground. 31-yard line is where they'll put the ball down. Gain of 9 yards on that run by Burns. Moses Lake happy to take their time calling the play as there's under 8 minutes to go here in the football game. Snap, handoff, Burns dancing left, comes back right. Good job of diving in there defensively. Was that Manring again? It was for Eastmont. Short gain, one of the shortest on this particular drive for the Mavericks. Gain of just 3 yards on that play. Also coming in to join Burns in the backfield will be Petra McKenzie as they'll go with that 2-back set. How odd for Moses Lake.
Right.
They're mostly empty. Turn, handoff, Burns. Burns got away from one man and gets his way in. And I thought I saw a flag in for a minute, but no flag down. Another first down for Moses Lake to the Eastmont 20-yard line.
Tackle made by Conley McGinnis for the Wildcats. Elijah Burns, the Maverick ball carrier.
No need to throw the ball and put it in harm's way if you're able to chew up the yardage on the ground here if you're the Mavericks.
Well, and I think Moses Lake's content to the fact their defense is stopping Eastmont.
Yeah.
That helps this decision a lot.
Well, they just came up with a big stop on a goal line stand. Eastmont penalized for a leap, moved back 15 yards. So what a turn of events here. It looked like the Wildcats were going to even this game up, and they missed the field goal after that penalty, and now Moses Lake deep into Eastmont territory down to the 17-yard line after that run. 3 yards by Burns, the workhorse tonight for the Mavericks.
17, second down and 6.
By the way, Elijah Burns, he's what, 2 receptions tonight, Grant? How many receptions?
He has 4 receptions.
Okay. Yeah, he came in with 54 receptions on the season. They'll hand it to him again, this time trying the right side. Not much success on the right. They've had more success on the left here, as Eastmont also, by the way, Grant, getting more guys up at the point of attack on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Watch out for a play fake and a pass here.
Right.
That'll bring up 3rd down for the Mavericks after the 2-yard gain to the 15-yard line. That'll be 3rd and 5 coming up, and we've got a whistle on the play. Do we have a penalty flag or do we have a timeout? The officials are talking it over here. And we will have an officials timeout. And they're pointing to each sideline. Not quite sure. Okay, so they're asking the head coaches to come out. And I've seen this in the past, Grant. And
where things are getting a little...
The conversation might be about the mouth running a little bit on either side. So the officials doing some preventive officiating here by bringing both head coaches out onto the field to talk about what's going on. And, you know, I have seen this too, Grant, and I don't want to guess what's happening here, but I see the athletic directors coming out to the field as well. This could be a situation where there was verbally a racial slur or something said by one of the players that was in a threatening or demeaning manner.
Oh, you sure just don't see this very often, do you?
No, especially not where the athletic directors are called in, and that is why. Because there could be, you know, on the edge of an ejection here.
Right.
And also we've got to make sure that this is not something coming from the stands as far as a member of our audience watching here tonight live at Wildcat Stadium. So a good job by the officiating crew.
Yeah,
if they heard something that was not right, then let's head this off at the pass. Our broadcast tonight on the NCWLIFE channel brought to you in part by Valley Tractor, North Central Washington's trusted equipment and rental dealer for 75 years. I'd like to thank our crew tonight, T-Li Ginter and Malcolm Whitehall back in the studios. Cagney Fox, our line producer tonight. On cameras, Dan Kuntz, Mike Richards, Corey Stanfield, Xavier Guerra, and Miranda Torres-Pardo. Xavier and Miranda were brand new last week, and I guess we didn't scare them away, so they're back for more.
They're always back with a smile, too. I like that.
Yes, definitely. Third down and long. No penalty flag drops, so just some preventive officiating here. And now, big third down play. Handoff again. Burns to the 10, to the 5, and he will spin into the end zone. A touchdown for Moses Lake, and the Mavericks extend the lead to 13-6.
Touchdown, Moses Lake. Elijah Burns.
Second TD run of the night. And that emotionally absolutely devastating for Eastmont after they did so much to stay so close for so long and have the ball on the doorstep at the 1-inch line.
And a 22-play drive.
Yes. So now the extra point attempt by Case Anderson. It'll be out of the hold of Nolan DeCuber. Snap is back, spot down, kick away, and it is good. We will take a 60-second break and come back. Time still for Eastmont and 3 timeouts with 5:19 to go here in the ball game. We're back after this on the NCWLIFE channel.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen? Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren. Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragenschlüssel. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Short kickoff by Case Anderson will be covered by Bodiel at the 25-yard line, and that's where it will be first down and 10 for Eastmont. After the drive by Moses Lake, 11 plays, 80 yards, 5:25 off the clock, 15-yard touchdown run by Burns. Extra point makes it a 14-10 ball game, and Eastmont now pressure 5:18 to go here in the contest. And the ball a long way from pay dirt at their own 25-yard line. Zielinski sends Yale in motion. They'll fake the handoff to him. Zielinski tries to run it around the corner. He is caught and dropped for a loss on the play all the way back to the 21-yard line. Good job defensively that time for Moses Lake, as I think it was Huberdeau who came up from his safety position and made the tackle for a loss.
Seemed like that play just took way too long to develop for Eastmont.
Loss of 4 yards on that running play. The Wildcats haven't thrown it a lot. In fact, I don't think they've thrown it ever since they threw the interception.
Nope.
Zelensky man in motion, Akbodiete, and here goes Zelensky. He's got pressure, rolls out, now throws, and just throws it away. A wise play there, but no, we're going to get a flag down, and I think they're going to call grounding on the quarterback.
I think so, too.
And that's a spot foul. The flag is at the 5-yard line. So incomplete pass stops the clock. It'll be a loss of down as well, so it will be third down no matter what. We talked about the lack of flags here tonight. Only one penalty per team, or was it a late hit on the quarterback out of bounds?
Oh, boy. I think it was.
Mike Penning has yet to show us what the penalty is. Personal foul against the defense. So 15-yard penalty will make it a first down for Eastmont.
But I'm with you. I thought grounding first thing when I saw that pass.
So 2 penalties and 30 yards against Moses Lake, as that'll bring the ball out to the 36-yard line after the 15-yarder. So Eastmont a little help here as they'll work a screen pass over the middle to Yale. Yale gets away from one man, but Moses Lake sniffs it out nicely. Tackle made by Trayson Knowles. He's been all over the place here tonight. It'll be second down for the Wildcats. Good idea there, but Moses Lake seems to be up for every challenge they've been tossed here tonight.
Absolutely.
Zelensky back to pass. Has time. Now throws. The ball is caught, but incomplete. Out of bounds was the receiver. No, they're going to say he was juggling it, so he didn't even catch it. Austin Zelensky, the intended target, brings up third down quickly for Eastmont, and with the incomplete pass, stops the clock with 4:34 to go. This is basically game time for the Wildcats.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And that pass right there, his feet were great. He just bobbled it going out of bounds.
We're going to get another timeout by the officiating crew. If you're just joining us, it was tied scoreless after the first quarter. Moses Lake finally got the first point of the game in the second quarter. Following an interception, they took the ball down the field, and big pass play put the ball at the 10-yard line, and Burns was able to score from a couple of yards out. They're adding more time to the clock. They say it should be at 4:20, or actually taking time away from the clock. The official looked like he said 4:22.
He did. That's what it is now.
Okay, so apparently it did not run appropriately, and that was spied by the Moses Lake sideline over there. That's why the official on that far side came over to our head official. So third down for Eastmont. Third down and 8 yards to come. Oh, we'll be nice and call it 7 for Peyton Zelensky. Sends Austin in motion towards him. They'll go a counter play to Bodie Yale. Yale gets across the 40 and is tackled forward, but he's not going to be close. He's not going to have the first down. He's going to be about a yard short, so it'll be fourth down coming up for Eastmont from the 45-yard line.
That's 90 yards rushing now for Bodie Yale.
That handoff to Yale was a little bit high, kind of opened his chin a little bit. So fourth down and 1, game time for the Wildcats, trailing at 14-0 to Moses Lake in this battle for first place in the Big Nine. Peyton Zelensky, now they're going to go a direct handoff or a direct snap to Bodie Yale. Yale has had about 2-3 of those here tonight, and they are going to get enough for a first down out to the 46-yard line.
Bodie Yale across the 45 to near the 47. And that's good.
This is what hurts Eastmont, lack of a passing game right here. You could be moving it down the field. Now you're taking just little chunks, and you don't have a lot of time.
Austin goes in motion. They're going to throw it out. Picked off, and this is going to be a pick six going the other way for Carter Anderson, who stepped in front of the pass, takes it for the 35-yard interception return touchdown, and that will pretty much seal the deal for Moses Lake here tonight.
Intercepted by Carter Anderson.
Oh, you could almost see that coming from a mile away, couldn't you?
Yep. So a pick six for Carter Anderson.
The only reception he's had tonight.
Yeah, he plays offense too as a wideout.
He's had 600 yards on the season.
Brady J. But it comes up on a defensive play. And Moses Lake to tack on the extra point here And how deflating for Eastmont here tonight. Extra point is up and good. We'll take a 60-second break and come back with 3:25 to go here in the game. It's now Moses Lake 21, Eastmont nothing.
Eastmont Wildcats 0, Moses Lake Mavericks 21.
Well, we tried to go to a commercial break. It looks like we're not going to, so we'll keep it right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Along with Grant Olson, Eric Granstrom with you. And, again, you can't, have anything but positive things to say about Eastmont here tonight, especially the defense and their performance. And then the offense, they take the their first possession of the second half after a 3-and-out. By Moses Lake. Seems like it was 9 hours ago, but it was the start of the second half. 3-and-out defensively. Eastmont gets the football back, and they go 24 plays. They get it down to the 1-inch line, and a strange call you don't see ever, leaping on a goal line play by Bodiel. That's a 15-yard penalty, and that really just took away their chances to score.
It changed the whole trajectory of this game. Eastmont would have had momentum if they had scored a touchdown, could have tied the game there. Instead, now they're down 21-0.
Short kick to Bodiel at the 23 on the return, 25-30. That's where he'll be stood up and driven back as Petra McKenzie makes the stop for Moses Lake. So Eastmont football again after the pick six by Carter Anderson. Pretty much sealed the deal and the fate here for the Wildcats. So Eastmont first down at their own 34-yard line with 3:17 to go here in the game. And now if you're the officiating crew, you got to just watch the extracurricular on the field right now. Austin Zielinski goes in motion. Peyton rolls to his left, throws to his brother out in the flat. Gets away from one man, gets away from two, still on his feet. Nope, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Gain of 7 yards on that pass play for the Wildcats. So let's see, Eastmont with 2 interceptions tonight. Moses Lake with 2 interceptions tonight. A muffed punt turnover.
Oh, this was a game of both defenses.
Yeah,
it really
definitely
was.
So. Definitely so. Now we're going to get a timeout taken by Peyton Zielinski, first of Eastmont's 3 timeouts here in the second half. And let's see if we can now take that commercial break. 30 seconds on the broadcast with 3:10 left here in it. 21-0. Moses Lake on top. We're back after this.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
Welcome back once again here to Eastmont's Wildcat Stadium. While we were away, we had a run attempt by Peyton Zielinski. He kept it. And then a crackback block by the Wildcats. And then a little pushing and shoving after the fact. It would be a 3rd down coming up for Eastmont, but that penalty is going to move them back 15 yards, I'm pretty sure.
That was a shot Rathbun took by Bodie Yale right there, too.
It was no gain on a play at the 41-yard line, but now with the penalty, it will be coming backwards. And that was a pretty easy call by the officiating crew here tonight. They've done a great job.
And Bodie Yale, 91 yards. He's played his heart out. He carried the ball 24 times tonight. He's frustrated.
So crackback block is the call, and they will march it back, and I believe that's a 15-yard penalty. There's 10. Yep, it is 15 yards. So third down over again, to the 26-yard line after the penalty. Second penalty of the game against Eastmont for 30 yards. So only 4 penalties in this game total.
Wow.
Here tonight.
It has been a really fast game.
They've just determined it on the field. I mean, that's just straight and simple. Of course, that first 15-yard penalty is the one that meant the difference, really, in this ballgame.
It has.
That leaping call at the end zone. Back to pass. Zielinski wants to throw deep downfield. Double move by Akbodiete, and it's over his head, incomplete. That was a great move. He did a little stutter and go, and the coverage man, Tice Miller, kind of was left behind him.
Right.
If Zielinski could have put that on the money, that might be a touchdown. But instead, it'll be fourth down coming up from the 26-yard line for the Wildcats.
And like we mentioned in the pregame, Eric, if Eastmont gets behind, their offense isn't built to catch up when you're down by 3 touchdowns because they're just not a passing team.
Well, apparently they didn't count the down moments ago, so it is third down, according to the sticks on the far side. I thought this should be fourth down, but third down for Eastmont. Motion man is Austin Zielinski, and hold on, we got penalty flag from the backfield. So after a penalty-free game, now a delay of game called against Eastmont. So 5 more yards back to make this just a little more challenging here for the Wildcats.
Holy cow, third and forever.
Well, let's see. They need to gain out to the 44 for a first down. So that's 23 yards. So third and 23 here for Eastmont. Austin goes in motion. Peyton wants to throw it again. He's got some room to run, but then that room runs out as they run him out of bounds. Chasing him was Theo Calasantos. And I've pronounced that name about 19 ways wrong here tonight, so I apologize to anybody in Moses Lake that might be watching. Calasantos. I think that's probably correct. Calasantos. Again, my apologies to the Calasantos family. Eastmont going to bring their kick unit in as Dax Dixon will punt the ball away, and Eastmont will raise the white flag here against Moses Lake. And again, not for a lack of effort here tonight by the Wildcats against one of the most prolific offenses in the state of Washington. One of the most prolific quarterbacks we've ever seen. Grant and I were talking about this before kickoff here tonight, that we have not seen the numbers put up in one season like the numbers that Brady J has done here this season. And we expected this to be something of an offensive shootout, maybe a one-way offensive shootout. Turned out to be a defensive skirmish here tonight.
I mean, let's be honest. We kind of thought this could be a blowout. They've been blowing everyone out, beating people an average 52-6. Yes, Eastmont's a good team, but we weren't quite sure. Eastmont showed us a lot tonight.
2:34 left here in the game as the Wildcats punt the ball away. Moses Lake will have it at their own 42-yard line.
Going to see a lot of Burns now, I have a feeling.
Handoff Burns up the middle, and Eastmont trying to claw at that football. He'll take it out to the 45-yard line, gain of 3 yards. You said he's over 100 for the night?
135 yards now on 22 carries.
Well, just like last year, finished with 167.
But it didn't look like it tonight, did it? There were 4 yards, 5 yards, 3, 7.
It was just made him earn every single yard here in this football game.
Longest run, 16 yards.
Clock continues to run here. Moses Lake just going to try to wind it down and finish up this game with a huge win for Moses Lake.
It sure is.
You know, you're playing a rival. You're playing a team that, you know, back and forth over the past 11 years, 11 meetings between these two. It's been, here's Burns on a bounce play. He got away from a man in the backfield. And Brady J out there, I was wondering if Brady was going to throw a block for him. No, he was just kind of his cheerleader over on the far side. And again, to a first down to Eastmont territory, down to the 45-yard line.
As we close in on the final minutes of the game, I'd like to...
So a big win for Moses Lake here tonight to remain undefeated on the season. They will improve to 7-0 overall. They'll be 4-0 in the Big Nine and have that inside track. Still a few games left to play, but the inside track on the Big Nine championship, I don't see anybody else having a chance to knock them off.
No.
Jay again will turn and hand it off to, he'll keep it this time, as he takes it down to about the 40-yard line. He hasn't run the ball very much this evening.
Second carry. And Moses Lake has the luxury of knowing tonight they played a good team. They didn't play their best, and they still won by 3 touchdowns. Yeah. So that's a positive for the Mavericks for sure.
Well, and how about this game here tonight? We are not even 2 hours old, and this is just about over.
Holy cow.
Yeah, 8:55 in the evening.
A lot of running plays.
And
not many penalties.
You have a drive like Eastmont for 24 plays as Moses Lake goes into the victory formation here with 28 seconds left, and this will be the final snap of the ball game. And Brady J will take a knee, and that will be it. And the Moses Lake Mavericks win here tonight by a final of 21-0. And, give credit to Eastmont for a whale of a football game, especially defensively here in this contest. We'll take a break, come back, and get to the final stats and wrap it up here from Wildcat Stadium after the Mavericks get the win and get the inside track on the Big Nine Championship tonight, winning it over Eastmont 21-0.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours. Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Well, it was 0-0 after the first quarter, 7-0 at halftime. And our final score here tonight after Moses Lake gets a couple of touchdowns in the fourth quarter, 21-0 the final. The Mavericks got the football to start the second half, would go 3 and out and punt the football away. Eastmont would get it at their own 21-yard line and eat the final 10 minutes and 14 seconds, plus some change in the fourth quarter, on a 24-play drive. That would, a penalty was the difference in that drive. They get the ball to the 1-inch line, looking for all intent and purposes like they're going to tie the football game up, or at least have a chance to tie it from the 1-inch line. Bodie Yale leaps over the line of scrimmage, feet first. You can't do that in high school football. And so a 15-yard penalty gave Eastmont the ball second and goal from the 16. It was 3rd and goal from the 14. And then on a 4th down from the 10-yard line, they would try a 27-yard field goal. It would go wide left. So Moses Lake would get the football and at their own 20-yard line. They would take it the other way and would travel 80 yards in 11 plays, 5 minutes, 25 seconds off the clock, and a touchdown run by Burns, his second of the night. Made it a 14-0 ball game with 5:19 to go. Eastmont now with the, basically you got to duck and chuck. And on a pass play out in the flat, the ball intercepted by Carter Anderson. He returns it for the touchdown, and 21-0 the final score here tonight. Grant, you got to take a look at the stats here in this ball game.
Yeah, I do, and the big players on both teams, the running backs. First for the Moses Lake Mavericks, Elijah Burns, 23 carries, 145 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Brady J had 2 carries for 13 yards, and Carson Huberdeau had 3 carries for 15 yards for a total of 145 rushing yards through the air. Get this, Eric. Brady J, 5 of 10, 39 yards, and 2 interceptions. Moses Lake total yards 184 in this ball game. That is unbelievable to me. Big receiver Case Anderson, 1 catch for 30 yards. Elijah Burns had 3 catches for a total of 10 yards.
How much total offense?
184.
They were averaging 503 yards per game.
Isn't that amazing?
Coming into this game here tonight. So again, hats off to the Eastmont defense. Did a whale of a job. And that's probably the worst game that Brady Jay's had since he was a freshman.
And that's what I'm saying. They didn't play that well. They played a good team and still won. Yeah. So they've got to take that with them for sure. As far as Eastmont goes, Bodie Yale, a nice night, 24 carries, 91 yards. Ethan Akbodiate, is that
Akbodiate?
I was close, wasn't I?
You were.
8 carries, 26 yards. Austin Zielinski, 5 carries, 26 yards. Javen Britton had 3 carries for 16 yards, and Peyton Zielinski, 6 carries, minus 8 yards. Total yards for Eastmont on the ground, 159 through the air. Peyton Zielinski, 2 for 10, 9 yards, and an interception. Total yards for Eastmont, 163 in the game. Austin Zielinski, the big receiver, at 7 yards, 1 catch. So
2 interceptions.
2 interceptions.
One
that's
in the
right.
first half,
that's right.
And the one in the second half.
You
that
got
was
it.
a pick 6.
Oh, that's right. 2 interceptions.
Yep,
you got it.
That is the difference in that one. Some other scores before we close out the broadcast here tonight. It is Kashmir leading at halftime over Connell, 29-3. It shows you how quick this game went by. These other games are just barely at halftime. Okanagan leading Brewster 43-0 tonight, and it is Omak over Chelan at the half, 28-14. The final score here is Moses Lake getting the win. They remain undefeated with a 21-0 win over the Eastmont Wildcats. But if I'm the Wildcats, you cannot hang your head
Not
on this one
whatsoever.
because their defense played lights out here tonight. It just, one play. 1 inch.
I also think, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but one-dimensional football doesn't win you games against good teams. It just doesn't.
That's tough. So the Eastmont Wildcats will drop to a season total of 4-1 in the Big Nine. They're 4-2 overall, while the Mavericks improved to 7-0 on the season. They're 4-0 in the Big Nine. For Grant Olson and for the rest of our crew here at the site and our folks back at the studios, I'm Eric Granstrom. Thanks for watching Big Nine football tonight here on the NCWLIFE channel. Again, our final score is Moses Lake 21, Eastmont 0. Have a good night, everybody. Handoff to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from 2. Squirts between the
Thanks for watching exclusive coverage of high school sports on the NCWLIFE channel. This broadcast has been sponsored in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Caldwell Banker Cascade, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Valley Tractor. We now return you to normal broadcasting already in progress on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
Down. Beautiful read by Ryan Branham. He'll score from 20 yards out.
Sports.
Well, okay.
It's not what you expect.
No, well, and look at this. Okay, so